School and Mac Vista High School Color Guards presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation from Rich Acres Christian Church and chaplain from Martinsville Speedway, Pastor Tim Hunt. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you with grateful hearts today, thanking you for all the blessings you give us and a chance to be here today. And I want to pray protection and blessing over everyone that's involved, from the drivers and their teams to those who are protecting us, our first responders. We also pray for those that take our tickets at the gate and those who make the amazing Martinsville hot dogs. And Father, I pray finally for the fans. Help them to have a wonderful experience today and for everyone to be safe. And we pray this prayer in the strong name of Jesus. Amen. Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Liberty University Spirit of the Mountain Marching Band.
All right, guys. I just had to wait for the pre-race ceremonies to get done. So, yeah, guys, this is the Xfinity 500 live race reactions. This is the second to last race before the championship next Sunday. Yeah, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. We have a tire company that's, I think we've a new one from Martinsville. So really excited for that. It looks overcast and it is cold, so hopefully this is going to be kind of like the Bristol 2024 race. That would be pretty darn cool. So let's just wait and see what happens. And yeah, we'll get to it today. I don't know who I have winning today. I think Blaney's definitely going to be Blaney and Chase Elliott, in my opinion. We're definitely going to get up there. Denny Hamlin was actually my main pick. It's actually my main pick to win this race according to my playoff predictions. Yeah, I have Denny Hamlin up there. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and I'm even going to throw Ryan Blaney. They're my top three. Go ahead and pull off the leaderboard.
This video variation of the mango whistle for you. Like it. Listen. What? We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron.
All right, there's the leaderboard.
Right circumstances. Livestock. Is it serious? One of those movie things that you say, sure, we can all agree. Come on, let's do it. Your currency's not just old, it's not working for you anymore. What do you want? You want a robot? You want a robot or something? I'm not saying you have to change.
I haven't done a live race reaction to the Martinsville playoff race in about a couple years now.
Livestock or salts or whatever. How do I pay for this?
There we go. So William Byron did win the poll, and yeah, anyone below the cut line's a must win. Like, if William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, or Logano are in a position to win if they're leading the race, then it's to be a battle between Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell for that final transfer spot.
We are on our way to St. Dennis 2.0. Martinsville, there's just something about this place. Half a mile of history, tight corners, hot temperatures, and that grandfather clock waiting in victory lane. For Hendrick Motorsports, it all started here. In '84, Jeff Bodine scored Rick's first win. The spark built the dynasty. Here we have the guys of the crew, the Super Cab. Since then, Hendrick drivers have owned this track. 29 victories and counting. For me, my 93rd and final being here in 2015. That day wasn't just another trophy, it was one last fight for a title shot. Now, the stakes are the same. 2 spots left. For Hendrick Motorsports, it's make or break. Larson, Kelly, Byron, 3 teammates built for moments like this. And across the grid, every rival feels the weight of it too. It all comes down to this. The final stop before Phoenix. One race, one clock, one last chance to keep the dream alive. Because here, legends aren't born easy. They're made the hard way. One pump, one lap, one checkered flag at a time.
You know, all of these pieces have just been fantastic, but there was nobody better to voice over this than Jeff Gordon. He was just a master at this racetrack. He understands. He's bringing that up to the drivers that he has there now at Hendrick Motorsports. And just a great history throughout the years of Jeff Gordon and Hendrick here. I wonder where his 9 grandfather clocks. Denny Hamlin's already advanced to the championship for DJ. But is today important to build some momentum for the championship race next week? You know, it's hugely important. A couple of things. They've been having some mechanical issues. You have to make sure they get that stop before next week. And momentum is a wonderful thing to have taken into that championship race. Is there part of you that thinks Chase Elliott might get the car to beat today? There's no doubt. He was really strong here in the spring. This is the type of racetrack that you have to save tires. You have to be able to go. You have to be aggressive if you need to be. That's all Chase Elliott. There's one non-playoff driver you're thinking about today. Who would that be? 54, starting second. Ty Gibbs looking for that first win. You know, no telling what he might do to try to get that. And if there's, William Byron right in front of him, you got to think about him as well. It's been a rough playoff. Could they pull a rabbit out of a hat and get the win today? I'll say this. He's got the number and the talent to get it done. Let's lock in the championship field. Time to get the engines fired.
All right, here we go with the command.
This is the moment you all have been waiting for. Please welcome Xfinity Rewards member Jason Trent. He's here today to say the most famous words in motorsports. Take it away, Jason.
Welcome to the Xfinity 500. Drivers, start your engines.
Pay-per-clip viewers. What happens when you take the pressure of the
I lost the coin flip.
to a half-mile short track? There's tons of different agendas out there, like Christopher Bell, who comes in here 37 points above the cut line, but only 1 above Kyle Larson. If there's a new winner, it could come down to points for him. For Chase Briscoe up here, he's locked in, but a win for him could help his teammate Christopher Bell get into the next round and fight for a championship. And then you have the 9 car of Chase Elliott, absolutely in a must-win at this time, but some say he had the best car yesterday, and he's done it before in the victory lane. You mix it in with a ton of other drivers who aren't in the playoffs racing just to win, and you get the fireworks that we often see here at Martinsville, this tiny
1, 2, 3. Get me a badge.
foul racetrack. We'll be back.
Yeah, copy.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. And the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
You know, it's kind of a funny story. I was scrolling on eBay looking for a car. Money. No one was right. It had to be an Alpha. I found one on eBay. Just need to be a bit more bellissima. Gave a quick dinner. The essentials. Then I drove down every winding road I could find. And eventually bumped into you. That was a cars, millions of parts, all in one place. eBay. Things people love.
Roll you. They're going to double you up and stop you over here in 3 and 4.
That Xfinity picture quality is insane.
The best college and pro games all in one place. This is my fantasy football. Watching these games with you.
You ever tried pancakes and guac?
You're about to.
Yes, let's go. I got a little recipe. This is a nightmare.
No, I'm a nightmare. What you need is
Honestly, this season has flew by fast.
State Farm can help with your claim. Well, I feel better.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time for some Sunday afternoon short track NASCAR racing with some big championship rewards or consequences, depending on how your day goes. As we welcome you to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs here on NBC from Martinsville Speedway, this is the Xfinity 500. It's a cool 57-degree afternoon. Hi, folks. Lee Nippy along with Jeff Burton. Our booth mate, Steve Latart, making his way up from Countdown to Green. All right, Jeff, here we go. It's the last race before the championship four. 6 drivers going for 2 positions. As a driver, is this a situation that you would relish or fear?
It could be both. You know, it's just so hard. This is such a difficult race, but I do like the opportunity that's in my hands. We get done what we need to get done today. We can go to Phoenix with a chance to win a championship. Look, William Byron told me this week, quite simply, it's his job to go win this race. That's easier than coming here and chasing points. I love that mindset. Let me tell you something. Any of these guys win, that moves them forward.
You talk about mindset. You are a Martinsville winner, so you know how to get to victory lane. But the big question today is temperament. And for a race and an event known where drivers lose their temper, how do you approach this one and keep your cool?
Well, the fact is you have to keep it together. You're going to be being hit today. You're going to hit people. People are going to make mistakes, knock you up the racetrack. You have to collect your thoughts. You have to say, okay, this fight's not worth it.
Single file out, pit road roll.
Look, this is a very difficult race on a very small racetrack. It is a physical event. There's no way around it. You have to be smart.
All right. Let's take a look at today's starting grid, brought to you by
Second gear, 9 red. 9 red to start.
Some of the key players are in interesting positions. But first off, let's
Red now.
to make his way to the championship 4 for the 3rd year in a row. That
All
is
green
Byron.
now.
First Martinsville pole.
And away.
Well done. Ty Gibbs continues his
5,
positive momentum at the moment.
3,
Second,
2,
Kyle
1.
Larson. He's above the cut line at the moment. Joey Logano trying to defend his title. Back on row 3. It is this Martinsville. Ken
now.
Hamlin, who starts alongside Cole Custer, who's got some positive momentum. at
Did
the
anyone
moment
hear
as well.
back in the
Michael
spring?
Wood
Now.
and Chase Elliott make up row 4.
By the way, I actually ordered his 164 Cup Progressive Martinsville win, so it'll be here in a couple days.
It's fine when I keep down
Runner up in the spring.
on the pit road, but trying to accelerate
Ross Chastain and Tyler
back
Reddick.
out of the pit road.
Row 8, two young drivers, Carson Hosevar, Todd Gilliland.
Yeah, we can see that.
Row 9, Alex.
You're not at risk of speed anywhere with what you did, but
Row 10,
the second curve on exit right is 1.5 to 2 miles an hour slower than what the entries were.
Row 11, a lot of speed in practice today. Bubba Wild, the start takes the SPG. Row 12, Zane Smith.
Take the straight section 34-2 was the worst speed we saw. You were running full green.
And Ty Dillon. See how Ty goes this afternoon. 14, Eric Jones.
34-2 was your fastest section on the straight section here.
He's got some news
On
for
the
that.
front stretch.
We'll talk about that
Yeah,
in the race.
you talk about your lights being hard to get back to in the second corner.
Row 16.
You were about a mile and a half slower than what you were on the entry section.
Knows how to get to victory lane here. He's done it a couple of times. He needs to those guys alongside Justin Haley.
No issue at all.
Noah Gregson, Cody
Way
Williams,
early.
and back to it on row 19 is Casey Mears. All right, Stevie has made his way up. How you feeling about this one? My favorite racetrack, my favorite race of the year. So much on the line. It's such a historic race, and it's something different than we see everywhere. No horsepower. This is about car, driver, and team will be on display. Big day for Austin. You see him there, second car back on that
ready.
line. Here's a pre-race.
You're good, Inumir.
We've got 500 left this afternoon to Martinsville. Let's go have some fun. Be there at the end. Let's do our thing.
Just the 22.
All right, here we go.
Good words from Cliff Daniels. Are you ready? This is the Xfinity 500.
And
There will be two drivers.
green flag, let's go.
Half to the
Oh, Ty
41.
Gibbs got a little squirrely.
22. Still there. Clear, in line.
William Byron leads them into turns 1 and 2 with his teammate right behind. Drag race between Larson and Gibbs down into 3. Larson in that position. Look at the battle, mid pack trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Some very aggressive moves. Hamlin ahead of Logano. Here comes Elliott in the red number 9 this week. Keep an eye out for that. He's alongside the 41 of Cole Custer. Gibbs taking a look. Kyle Larson not falling for it. First 5 cars, they have exactly what they want. Single file.
Managing half to 1.
Cole Custer, Chase Elliott. Door to door. Thanks to Bass Pro Shops. Let's ride with the most recent race winner. It's Briscoe.
Still outside. Now you're in the 34. Still outside.
No, single file out back for the first 10.
Still outside.
What do you see that you like early on, Steve? I like the patience up front and the patience for Briscoe right here. You see right on the outside of this 45. There's spots to gain on the outside, but big conversation. Jeff and I talked about it in pre-race. Are these new left side Goodyear tires? They're exactly what the drivers have asked for. Lots of grip, lots of speed, but a short.
About 3/4. Roll to see you ready to 2/3.
The shorter that lifespan is, so drivers have to be cautiously aggressive if you can put those two together.
Green fans on, please.
Green
Green on.
outside in the 45, McDowell right behind. He's trying to go with his teammate Christopher Bell. Remember last week in Talladega, Briscoe was helped home by a teammate in Ty Gibbs, who still runs third, just ahead of his teammate Denny Hamlin. Reddick still stuck on the outside right here. He did a great job of explaining how you have to manage these tires a little bit, but Reddick has no choice. He has got to stay in the gas here, trying to find himself back to the bottom. There's a little bit of a gap to the 34 of Todd Gilliland. Let's see if he lifts right here. Trying to take that gap. He doesn't. Now Todd's going to drive up there to the back of the 71 of McDowell. Trying to get Reddick nowhere to go. Unchanged up front, still Byron, Larson, Gibbs, Hamlin, Logano, top 5.
Go 3/4.
In that bright green, 34, coming off an outstanding
Oh, contact.
For
Boston doing Chastain.
Now half. You're getting a little more aggressive at that 1/3 mark.
Rolling got by. I think
Coming right to you.
we've got to let him in. I like that SVG kind of fights for himself as part of that learning curve of the ovals. settled in. That's that 88 car. The one of Chastain behind, right behind the one. You see the 3 of Austin Dillon. I'm waiting to see how
10 green, 1-0 green.
Richmond on a tire that also lost a lot of grip. We'll see if that translates here to the paperclip. That's how I caught Todd this morning. Actually, just before the race, and I said, I feel like this tire.
2 behind him to the 9 who moved the 41 off the bottom.
Good start of this race.
Bigger arc behind you, trying to diamond.
Let's see where it goes.
Got to run inside here. Inside. 2 back to the 9.
But
1.
it really did start.
Inside, barely clear.
He said yesterday, this is going to be a heavyweight
Back in
battle.
line.
It's going to be like a dogfight worth watching.
Diamond behind you.
That's what I said heading into this round. Here comes Logano on the inside of Denny.
He moved up the racetrack in the middle of the corner. That allowed him to lead lower than the 11 car to make that pass. He was able to do it, though, because no one was right behind him. He gave the middle up, ran up the racetrack, was able to turn down. If somebody was behind him, he couldn't do that because they were
Still 1.
How hard do you have to work here as a driver?
All set right, half a car.
It is at a very
Diamond behind you. 1 foot. Out of line, clear by half now. Coming right to you. Right on your left rear.
However, you do need to be a little
3 behind him to the 41.
as
In
he
line.
described with this left rear tire running too hard early.
A little bigger offset right. Bigger diamond. Inside 3 in your mirror.
Hendrick Comstock.
That's 15 complete. 1-5.
Right.
Clear. 41.
That's a conversation amongst many of these teams. When we talked to Kyle Larson after practice
About 2.
today, he remarked how he felt like he went too hard too early in that practice session, hurt those tires too early. And so today, about this first run, I talked to his crew chief, Cliff Dales. I said, how do you know what's the right pace? He said, it's up to Kyle to feel out and figure out. We looked at the data. We think we understand what he should be doing. But I think a lot of these teams who are 16, now 17 laps in, are just assessing what is the correct pace. That's exactly what Kyle Larson doing that 5 car right now. Talking about progress, how about Daniel Suarez for Trackhouse Racing in his second to last drive for that organization? He was announced this week as heading to Spire Motorsports next year. Daniel's come from 30th to 20th. What a start. Good move forward. Talk about how hard it is to pass. Daniel finding a way to do it. Look at this. Chase Elliott doing the same thing I talked about Joey Logano doing. But ran up the racetrack. Watch this. Entry is high. Gets checked up. Gets pointed. Turns and then passes the 11. Denny Hamlin been passed twice here for the last few laps. You wonder if he's saving that tire just a little bit. Well, he said after practice that this was like 15 years ago, and then he quipped that not a lot of guys were around 15 years ago. So we'll see if they have the skill set that Denny thinks it's going to take to run good today. The driver in front of him, driver 9, Kim, I think he has that skill set to be patient.
Yeah, absolutely has that skill set. Already broken into the top 5 after starting 8th.
20 complete. 20.
Of his driver here at Martinsville, he said the track suits what Chase does. That means not overdriving the car, and once he gets in a rhythm, he does not abuse his tire. He stays in it. He's very methodical, and that will pay off today. Again, big right now for Chase Elliott.
All right, another driver trying to lock himself into the
Really good lap.
multi-time race winner here in Martinsville, Ryan Blaney. For Blaney fans, he's up 5 positions. Here he is here in that discount tire Ford. And remember this, 20 laps into this race, he's 89 points below the cut line in a must-win situation. We'll update that when we come back.
About 5, room to work.
It all started on eBay when I landed on a T3 T4 Turbo, but my brother was like,
You can't put that in your sedan.
but I knew I could. So I did.
Guaranteed to fit for your turns. eBay.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Because in a Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. In a
endurance racing, there are two types of cars, these and these. He's in a race, but they're not racing each other. That's the crew chief, that's the crew. This guy waves flags, and that's the driver. Well, one of them, they switch mid-race, a lot. Some races are 3 hours, some are 6, some are 10, 12, 24. They race all across North America, like here, and here. This is Daytona. Before they race, they qualify. Then they race for real. Only 60 kilometers per hour in the pit lane. Any faster, you penalize. They race when it's raining, when it's not raining, when it's dark, when it's not dark. This flag means start. This one means caution. This one means it's over.
Still 5 out there.
Work versus fun. Know the difference. My seminars are a great way to connect with young homeowners turning into their parents. Breaking down cardboard is something you have to do, not something you get to do. Lawn care is not a hobby. Not trying to hurt you, just trying to be honest with you. Watching a neighbor get tree removed is not a weekly play. Hey, let's give it up for that guy.
Quarterback in line.
Your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You're watching TV, not supervising it. Sit down, relax.
One day, a tiny little hand
Spot 2.
and wrapped around your finger. Now, they have you wrapped around theirs. Pulled towards a new adventure.
Spot 2.
Reassured with a squeeze.
Spin behind you. Turn 2.
One's little hands won't be
He gathered up, kept going.
Until then, let's escape together.
On NBC,
Got caution.
we're under caution. Under caution for the first time today.
I think everybody's on a pin here with the tire concerns for sure.
Be a very interesting timing for the crew chiefs. Let's see exactly what happened.
Oh, it looks like
Around goes the 99 of Suarez. I think he gets straightened back up right there, but it looked like he was getting spun around.
Bubba got in deep in the 38. Zane Smith.
38 also kind of involved, shooting to the ball
Wow.
over that curbing.
I don't know if Zane Smith got into Bubba
And
or.
then unwrecked, if you could do that. Not sure that's possible, but somehow Suarez pulled it off.
I don't think that warrants a caution. Honestly, I don't think that warrants a yellow. Unless someone. I just don't think that warranted a caution there, to be honest with you.
49 laps complete. Yesterday, we talked about how much the car
Here's 9 red.
slow down. Today, I think between the weather and the
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a caution.
10 red now.
I imagine most of the field is going to want to put
All green. Now green.
Say Ryan Blaney. Does somebody
10 away.
different to try to flip this?
5.
Gain some track position, or does everyone leader down pit
1.
road? We'll just have to
Wheel
see.
straight for the break.
Larson, Elliott, 3 Hendrick cars lead the field of pit road. Yep.
And for Chase Elliott said that car's turning pretty well in traffic. No major
All the way.
fresh tires.
Second gear.
Teammate Kyle Larson, he came on right here and said, pretty good. His crew chief Cliff Daniels said your pace.
8 red now. 8 red.
And I'm just 4 tires for him.
Christopher Bell gives up 10th position. So the car was starting to go a little
Manage,
bit free.
manage,
But also,
manage,
it's a little
manage.
migration, Marty. Wayne Byron has pit stall number 1. His only comment to Rudy Fugle is, quote, I'm just managing, happy with the handling of the 24 car and trying to take it easy on those Goodyear tires. We'll see at the 2014. And so home turf here on pit road. They will not go track racing.
That was
McDowell took it with 2 tires.
Did anybody stay out? Jeff, the answer is no. The entire field did. The whole field came down pit road, and Michael McDowell, Marty, to answer your question, he won the race off.
Okay, everybody's on 4 except for the 71. 71's on 2.
You know, 18 years of my career. Really special.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory lane. Now you're you in. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. For
man. 71's up here on 2. P5. Grab your numbers 3.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the 4 parks of the Universal Orlando Resort.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi, I'm showing off my clear skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatic clear skin, and most people were clearer even at 5 years.
So we put it on lap 30.
Seriously,
You know, this will be
increased infection.
under 100 laps to go, so I would think that, you know,
Check for infections in teeth.
be aware of that with your tires here all the way to the end. I don't think
With
anybody can
Skyrizi,
this.
nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Law and order. We are gonna fight for you. You, Fridays.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by the Xfinity
9 and 41 out back, 22-2 to the top.
5 years guaranteed. Kubota, your compact equipment provider.
For your bias, everything, how you want to hear.
Save when you bundle motorcycle.
Not going.
Visit progressive.com. Really great crowd in attendance here today in Martinsville watching this race to a championship for Kim Coon. Tell us more about one guy trying to get in there.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney started 31st, so one of the goals was to get past as many cars as possible to start the race because the leader spined the tail end very quickly. He's moved his way up to the 23rd position. Ryan came down during that stop, said, rollings are good, drive up is better than most around me. I don't know what to ask for, so no major changes. They did tell Ryan to manage his tires once he goes green.
Right. Coming back to the green here.
Make it to the end of the stage on this set of tires.
97 to go, 97 laps to go in this first stage. Stevie, what got your attention during that first race?
Well, that red 9 of Chase Elliott came in third. Watch this. Right side looks good. And when everybody transitions to the left, the first time I watched this, everything looks fine. And then
95 to go here. 95 to go to stage.
Where did the tire changer go? And he comes back into frame.
Yeah, that was a slow stop there.
Do a little cheat. We go to the roof of the 9. The tire changer leaves. And this tire, we talk about making it roll forward.
Ready. Green. You're good. You're about half.
So a really, really nice job by that tire changer. You see the 20 doing a nice job managing traffic. So,
there, 22. Good in your mirror. Outside only.
How do you manage? I give that 9, even though they lost. That's A+ work, making sure it wasn't a penalty. 2 times change for Michael McDowell. That's what got the 71 in the lead.
Green flag back out.
William Byron went back to it here in the Xfinity 500. Kyle Lawson in the 5. Jenkins on the outside. Hamlin and Logano.
Still there.
It's come together.
1 to the 9.
All of this first stage. Hamlin got one back on Logano right before the caution came out.
2 inch mirror.
William Byron up the track a little in that second group. Goes right to Michael McDowell.
Still there. Still out there.
Yeah, McDowell
Still hanging.
chose to
Still there.
It's an aggressive call, and if we get another 20 laps,
there, door.
it'll work out for him. But you heard
Clear.
teams are going to try to go nearly 100.
2 by 2 in your mirror.
If you add on those left side tires, this could be a really big penalty for the 71. But look, I understand you to that point in the year. Travis Peterson says, I'm going to gamble, I'm going to try something. Maybe if it doesn't work now, I'll learn something from later in the race. Saw McDowell down the front straightaway. He tried to block
there. Quarter to the 9.
Last spot.
Still in line out back. Still outside.
Look at the line of cars behind McDowell. He knows he's in trouble.
Door. Bumper still there. Clear. Momentum on the bottom.
Hamlin lunges down into 3. And Chase Elliott's lining up for a shot as well. Napper on board shows
by 1 to the 9.
No, Blaney up 9 small.
1.5.
22nd. Dale Jarrett talked about that in the pre-race. He thought he would be able to
Blaney's
look at all these playoff
won't be long before he gets up there.
Green switches, please. Green switches.
Screen. He's kind of really close to that mix with the 99 car when he got turned around. Didn't really have any contact. And here he is just, I guess methodical would be the kind of the term I would use if I'm coaching this 12 around. We're not going to gain 20 spots in 15 laps. We're going to do it lap by lap. Oh, at the front, Custer trying to get underneath the 71 and McDowell. Now contact with Custer and Gilliland. 2 young drivers having a good start of this race. Now Gilliland is on the outside. Todd slapped the ball.
Half back 9.
duking it out with Custer. Austin Cindric.
Set right, Simon in behind you.
Menard's number 2, and Austin had a good opening
Still half.
of stage 1. He's side by
1 to the 22. 22, that's your right rear now.
He's scheme open out.
All clear, all clear.
Now yesterday staying
Half to the 22.
what happens.
Outside, outside.
Custer's like, no,
Clear.
I want this spot. Actually hits the curb with the left front tire.
Inside, inside. 3 to the 20.
And then contact with Gillen.
1 to the 20 to 34 with him. You're clear.
You have to be at this racetrack.
Working 10 green, 1-0 green.
Briscoe on the inside, big move from Hosevar on the 77.
Right with you now, 22 behind him to the 34.
Albeit gently, with Austin Cindric now.
About 1.
On, Cindric repays it. Austin Cindric did not appreciate that from Carson Hosevar.
Oh, 3 wide.
Late dive.
About 2, 85 to go on the stage, 85.
You always know people are going to drive underneath you, try to. I think Austin felt like it was a little bit of a late move.
Still 2.
Meanwhile, up front, there's some breathing room. The Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron, look at this. 3 wide into 3. This can't work.
Yep.
It's never at Martinsville.
Oh,
3 wide work.
3 wide. Oh, that's good. Oh, that was almost a wreck. That was literally almost a wreck. I thought Ryan Priest was about to get turned.
Blaney is on that low side. He's trying to clear all of this. Blaney 3 wide, but 3 wide bottom. I like that situation. As long as you don't drive over the curb with your left side, you should kind of survive the corner. He does.
Yeah.
Blaney's afraid about what's going to happen in front of him. This is wild. That's Bubba Wallace in the Xfinity 23. Ryan Priest in the Castrol 60 there. He was the one that got loosened up and was kind of fishtailing up the front stretch here in Martinsville.
Yeah, kind of the dam up the stream of all of these cars.
Quincy was able to work his way around several back here, just like the 9 did the 54.
That tells me that he's holding this all up. Second pass for the 9 of Chase Elliott on the outside. He went around Denny Hamlin.
Still good by 3 in your mirror.
Now he's gone around the 54. Ty Gibbs as well, using the top of the racetrack. Look at that. Look at Chase Elliott. He's not even trying to run the bottom.
15 green here, 1-5 green.
Bottom screen again.
Yeah, McDowell's just continuing to fall back.
From somewhere. McDowell just getting shoved out of the way.
Joey Logano, Ty Gibbs. And Logano's able to get a good run off turn 4, get the advantage on the JGR Monster 54. Just looking at the 9 of Chase Elliott, Chase said it in countdown to green in the pre-race. And Alan Gustafson said the same thing to me yesterday in the garage area. They are treating it, Steve, as a one-race championship, meaning here today, if we don't win, we're not going to the championship 4. We get to the championship 4, it's another one-race championship. Mindset is clear going in.
Yeah, and I think that's the way you have to do it, race by race, much like Ryan Blaney at the bottom of the screen is position by position. It's just such an exciting time of the year. This race always delivers. And the recipe we have this week really just points us in the right direction. A great crowd, a great rules package with this tire, the weather. I'm ready for an old school Martinsville. Good restart, not just
2.5.
9 spots, lined up in 7th place. Started 12th. Talked to him this morning. He did not like his car in practice yesterday. He said, I'm not real sure if I'm not doing what I need to be doing or if the car isn't like it needs to be. He felt like it didn't burn the way he was looking for. But clearly, Steve, I think they made good changes to it. Absolutely.
10 minutes, let's still 4, about the 20.
And Adam Stevens agreed. Changes need to be made to this 20. So he was so happy with the way they ran here in March. Remember, he set on pole and finished second to Denny Hamlin, so they knew they had some
20 green here, 2-0 green.
huge step in the right direction for this team and this driver at this track. So building on it, try things yesterday.
Chris Turnbull has finished in the top 10 ever since Gateway.
So far.
The positivity for Christopher Bell, positivity for Ryan Blaney. 31st to 19th. That 12 just keeps methodically working its way through the field.
But now he's kind of out of the chaos, Jeff. Right now it's like, now he can take a breath, get his car, figure out how it's driving, set up the 60. I mean,
10 laps ago, there was no racing or setting one up for the pass. It was kind of a bar fight. Now this is real kind of short track.
About 5.
12 was in the middle of a few laps ago. This is pushing and shoving back here. Suarez trying to block. Guy's like, no. Suarez has been in the middle of a hornet's nest since the start of this race. After making up 10 positions early on in stage 1. That's the second incident that Suarez has been involved in. Meanwhile, William Byron, he's led for 52 laps.
Every time we have a race here,
4 inches apart, every lap, all on the line. This is Echo Park Speedway, the hottest track in NASCAR. And this February, the Auto Trader 400 takes over Atlanta. Days of tailgates, camping, and full-throttle fun. But Sunday is chaos, speed, and glory. Get tickets at EchoParkSpeedway.com.
You know, it's kind of a funny story. I was scrolling on eBay looking for a car. Rona was right. It had to be an Alpha. I found one on eBay. I just needed to be a bit more realistic. I gave it a chance. Essentials. Then I drove down every winding road I could find. And eventually bumped into you.
But where's eBay?
That was a cars, millions of parts, all in one place. eBay. Ladies, people, love.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
If I find the sleepovers the next house, that's what the game's on.
You're a Notre Dame guy. I'm from Texas.
Where does never compromise?
What?
Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sportsman without Xfinity? You got multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place? I'm not going anywhere.
Have you tried pancakes and guac? You're about to. Yes, let's go. I got a little recipe that I can't tell you, but I think you're going to be happy.
Have you told him yet? Told me what? We only accept certain forms of payment? Like,
30 green here, 300 stuff.
Is this serious? The one was movie picnic, you say so. Show over here, like, come on, let's be real. Your currency's not just old, it's not working for you anymore.
What do you want? You want a robot? You want a robot or something?
I'm not saying we have to change who we are, I'm just saying it could be a lot easier if we bank through, like, Cash App instead of, how do I pay for this?
NASCAR 25 is available now for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Get the real NASCAR experience, build your own team, race online, and go door to door with the stars. You can learn more at NASCAR25.com. Riding along with Brad Keselowski, BuildSubmarines.com on board. Brad's a little further back than where he'd like to be, currently running in 30th. Meanwhile, Blaney continues to make...
24 has been the best. He enters on the curb, wraps about a foot off through the 2/3 mark, and then leaves on the curb.
Click him in a little bit further forward in the field. Kyle Larson still in a strong second. Yes, Lee. And before that caution, we were noticing how Otto and Chase Elliott were making passes, but we weren't the only ones to notice that. Take a listen to the Fights Radio.
He says it's passing by doing what we lead, running above them for one corner, and then you can run off, get position, take it away. He's been doing that so far. Your pace has been good.
So that's sort of thing that we are seeing in the teaser session as well. They've been continuing to update Kyle Larson about what the 9 of Chase Elliott is doing line-wise, engaging Chase Elliott as we do doing a wider entry, getting the run on the border. All the things the teams and drivers are evaluating, especially when you're up front like Kyle, and you can't see that because obviously
60 to go into stage, 6-0 to go into stage, 35 on your stuff.
All right, go ahead, 66 first.
Look at the difference in the lines. Chase Elliott, a really high entry, both leave on the bottom, both running the same speed. You couldn't drive two race cars any differently in Martinsville than these two drivers are right now. Now they're starting to get some black traffic, DC meters. Now they're both going to get a little more to the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to make this pass. 35 of Hertz. Going by him. Kind of work together, Steve. It's really, you want to pick a spot up for sure, and using those guys to pick all those, but early in the race, y'all let us use this as an opportunity to just work together, get by these two guys, then we'll go back battling amongst ourselves. Yeah, and I want to work together with Larson, even if he doesn't want me to. I'm going to let him do the work, get the bottom lane clear for us, and now once we get clear, then we can go back to racing as Blaney gets another car, passing the 45 of Reddick. That'll move Blaney all the way up into the 16th position. Blaney is so good at making passes at every kind of racetrack. When he has something that happens, bad qualifying event or something, I don't worry about any of this team being able to get track position. And bringing out Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett. DJ, yesterday you said after qualifying, when Blaney was in 31st, you said that's not time to panic. It's achievable for him to come through the field. How so? Why?
35 been struggling. Several lockups with this stuff.
And exactly how long this race is. I mean, there's so many things that are going to happen. And just what Jeff was pointing out there about Blaney, being patient, taking things as they come to it. He's not pressing the issue here. He's taking opportunities when they come along and moving around the racetrack. He and Chase Elliott can take that wide in.
Go there.
Get a nice run off.
Clear.
Forward. So that's why I thought Ryan Blaney would find himself in the mix. My stage two, he's going to be up inside the top 10 and then just doing whatever he needs to do to give himself an opportunity to win. But those Hendrick cars are sure looking like they are the class of the field right at this moment.
Well, I used to have written big on my notebook coming here. Lead lap at lap 300, top 10 at lap 400. That was the recipe to run well here. And if you worried about really anything else, you would really kind of get behind on the racetrack, get behind on the adjustments, or get behind on just your anger, right? You just get too frustrated too early.
Byron's looking really sharp right now.
Go your way on some of these traffic situations. This does look like an old school Martinsville race. You think about races here in the past, it would take forever to lap somebody. Here, you see the 24 car at 40 laps. Now he's up to some
P2 lap time by comparison.
back to the field. And now it's going to get more difficult, but you can see the difference. In a good handling car versus a bad handling car, William Byron clearly has an advantage over these guys. The Valvoline onboard shows us the view for William Byron. Let's show you why pole position yesterday and leading so far for 74 laps has been the medicine this team needed. Because just a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas, this horrendous crash when he plowed into the back of Ty Dillon, confusion on pit lane.
Yeah, what?
Clear.
Stop. That's
Coming to the checkered flag just a week ago in Talladega. Look at all of those positions go flying by as William Byron plummeted in the field.
45 green, 45.50 to go, 5-0 to go.
Look out, 3 punch here. Steve, he needs this to be the comeback punch and the comeback race. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good, but I will tell you, there's not many races that 400 laps still need more than this one.
We'll play center. Copy. To go into stage 4-0. Still there, door. Still out there.
All right, I'm back, guys.
Still there.
Together.
Clear.
Endurance racing, there are two types of cars. These and these. He's in a race.
Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom anyway.
Good lap. These two have been beating each other all day here. Here goes.
Racing now in the 6th position.
Still there.
The first run, not really exciting.
Still out there.
Interesting thing is now
Clear.
going 62 on the current run.
All right.
Your team told me earlier today, man, I'm not sure if these left sides are going to last past 75. We'll be close to that by stage end, partner.
That's been a question mark for his teammate as well. Chase
Still there.
just got an update from his team.
Clear.
More because I felt like the tire where they saw at that first caution, he could push a little harder here. But I think a lot of people wonder, what are these two racing for? Yes, they can help their teammate get in. But they're also trying to drive momentum into Phoenix because momentum creates performance. Performance creates confidence. And that's what this 19 team told me was at the utmost of their mind going into this race. Was keep
Still there.
confidence going in there.
Clear.
For a championship right now running at 10th. They're having a pretty good day. I'd say they are.
65 green. 6-5. 30 to go into stage 3-0.
As the man bottom box who was elated last weekend, James Small with his driver, Chase Briscoe, getting that first ever Super Speedway win, third win on the year, to lock himself into the championship four. He's only been to championship weekend once before with a chance, and that was in his Xfinity days. Didn't clinch the championship that year, but he does have a shot.
And Briscoe's worst finish is 14th at Sharp afterwards at the Roval. But oh, he got top 10 in every race. Logano passing Elliott for
Good lap.
outside.
If we can get to that championship 4, if we can get to Phoenix, there's no reason why we can't go all the way. The driver of the Shell Pennzoil, 22, bright yellow and red, Joey Logano, 3-time defending champ. Stevie, all he wants is a chance to be there to try and defend. Yeah, right. I'll be honest, this is not the 22 car I saw yesterday at practice. Dale and I, Jared and I had a conversation. And I told Marty that what I didn't like about the 22 is it looked broken up. It looked like he had to force the connecting entry to the middle to the exit. So they're right on board with the 22. Just watch what he does now. Very calm, a little bit of tightness, picks up the throttle, a little correction, but that looks like a car to me, Jeff, that is well on.
All these have been top 3.
Correctly. It's allowing Joey to be patient and use the tires, not abuse the tires, and for that reason, now he's one of the best cars on the track, up to third position.
71's on the really old lap.
Well, better not make it to the final 4, dude. He better not make it. He better not win this race. I'll tell you what, he better not win this race.
They're full.
Off the throttle, on the brakes.
Clear.
The center, easy on the throttle, take care of those rear tires. You want to make the pass as quickly as you can, but you don't want to spin the rear tires. That takes life out of them. The other thing, Steve, I like about this car is the flexibility it has. He doesn't have to just run the bottom. He can run the top. You see, he makes several passes on the top of the racetrack. Now he moves to the top, drives.
Clear. All clear.
I don't know why, even though we watch practice, we doubt this team. But this time of year, they find a way, right? It's unbelievable how they find a way to be their best. His teammate Blaney started in 31st. He is in 10th place. They just step up this time of year. Meanwhile, this forward surge continues from the 12 of Ryan Blaney, 31st to 11th. Make it 10th. That discount tire Ford is moving very efficiently.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
One day, a tiny little hand reached out and wrapped around your finger. Now, they have you wrapped around theirs. Pulled towards a new adventure. Reassured with a squeeze. Soon those little hands.
20 to go to stage 2-0.
Until then, let's escape together. Hand in hand. On a Disney cruise.
I have moderate to severe flexoritis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatic
Door. Still there.
and many were even
Bumper. Clear.
Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
As the final game closes this one, brings the series. Struck out with the cheap seats. The important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great.
Barely. Clear.
They might be our farmers.
Your financial journey starts with your own ambitions, but that doesn't make it a solo mission. Money is a tool to help yourself and the ones you love the most. Saving up for your first home and setting up for your firstborn. Paying down debt and paying it forward when you can. At Thrivent, we help plan your finances for something bigger than money, because someone difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more.
16 laps to go in the Xfinity 500, and Kyle Busch in the 8th there was the last driver on the lead lap until William Byron just zipped on by. That makes this run of Ryan Blaney even more impressive. Remember, he was with all of these cars in the back, right? He was back there.
Still there.
Bar, Busch, Reddick, Carter.
Clear.
Going lap down, so 10th, 12 car, Ryan Blaney, we all thought he could recover, but it has taken a very impressive first stint here to keep himself in the game and on the lead lap.
Absolutely. We were a little worried after yesterday's practice and qualifying, but the team was not. When I checked in this morning, they felt like they had good pace yesterday. So I asked Chief Jonathan Hassler what was the challenge ahead of them today. He said, we're going to have to get track position the hard way by passing cars on track. He said, in the past, pit road has been the best way to pass cars at Martinsville, but with this new tire, we're not sure you have as many options on pit road. Looking at the answer,
Well, he's trying to three-peat the Martinsville full race.
so far this race, right now it's quiet on the radio, which Marty usually means either a happy driver or a focused driver.
You're there.
Championship.
Bumper, clear.
Mentioned it a moment ago. The weakness for this 22 car in practice yesterday was the long run. Their strength on this run has been the long run. At the beginning of the run, Jeff, Paul Wolf told Joey Logano, I need you in long run mentality. We have to have these tires last until the end of this stage. So if your crew chief tells you, Jeff, long run mentality, what's that trigger in your mind behind the wheel?
Cannot spin the rear tires, cannot overwork the front tires. You have to make lap time. You can't just ride around there and go slow. But you have to make speed in a way that doesn't make your tires angry. It's the best way I know how to describe it. Don't overheat that right front tire by driving in the corner too deep. Don't just jump in the gas. Be nice, smooth. But a good handling car like Joey Logano has.
Now
To go on the stage. 1-0 to go on the stage.
The driver can. I think the easier you can make pace and drive the car easy, that's on the car, right? Some cars can run a certain speed, but the driver has to drive it harder to go that fast. A car that doesn't have to be driven hard makes it
Clear. All clear.
the car will save more time.
What a launch off turn 2 by Joey Logano to just breeze by Kyle Larson. Hey, talking about rubber, talking about tires, have a listen to this recent radio transmission to the 20 of Christopher Bell.
There's bound to be a lot of rubber buildup. Huge rubber clods coming off some of these cars.
Yeah, the spotter's just telling the crew chief what he's seeing. You know, these tires as they wear, the rubber not only kind of grinds off, but also balls up. So there's the rubber right there kind of sticking on the racetrack. You see that big chunk that balls up. Just wonder, you know, what that does over 500 laps, where that rubber ends up going into the ductwork, into the brake cooling, and some other.
Really good lap.
See if it becomes a story later in the race.
They would have
Still there. Clear.
the speed of the tires fell off a lot quicker yesterday. All this rubber coming off the tire, it seemed like it wasn't falling off very much, but it is now. And these last several laps, the speed has come off the race cars. You see people sliding around a lot more. So late in this run, they become way more difficult to drive well.
88 laps. That's what they're currently running right here.
Still there. 4 really struggling up here as well.
That's what the time.
Clear the 51.
Crew chief, you'd love to see that. Let me know something's out there. We're on board the trail.
Clear. All clear.
Final 6 laps.
Needs 4 more. No pressure out back. 4 more in the gear.
And now has lapped all the way to Cole Custer. Cole Custer is the last one on the lead lap in 14th. So what an opening stage from William Byron. Exactly what he in the 2014 needed. He has led more laps in this season than any
Still there.
NASCAR Cup Series
Clear.
itself by leading 121. 125 thus far today.
This position right here between Elliott and Larson is definitely more important for Larson with 4 to go. Remember, he's in a points battle with Bell, and one of those two will be here. For Chase Elliott, he's in a must-win. Now, Chase could care less. He's trying to get all the positions he can before he gets to the end of the stage. We'll see if he's able to do that with Larson. Larson doing a nice job.
Inside. Clear. 43. 1 back. Clean them up.
Pretty far off. He's running inside the top 20. It's just such a rapid pace early on.
Chase Elliott wants his spot because he lost spots on pit road earlier.
Still nothing for position. Good by 3.
Position you're running, a better opportunity if something bad happens, you don't fall back as far.
And the one good news of the playoff drivers is you said 14 cars on the
1 more.
Well, that will make pit road very, very
What
clean.
happened today?
Let's see what happens to the 11 right here.
Just locked up.
Nothing for position.
Expect the 21 to be there. So now he goes up, he's got junk all over his tires. See right here, just trying not to hit the 21, gets the front tires.
Coming to the green checker here.
Fine.
We'll have
Fine.
to.
We'll have to.
Off their green checker here.
Now he's stuck to the tires and the car drives horrible for a lap or 2.
1 to go, presented by Credit One Bank.
Looks like Byron.
Did you see the tires lock up there? Obviously, I
And this is
so I didn't know what I did.
wins stage one. Convincing
Yeah, saw it.
20.
Quick puff.
Nicely done. And Joey
That's all I saw was the one quick puff.
in that points battle. I believe going to clock in here in eighth.
Yeah.
That is 5 points here. A 1 point difference is now a 6 point difference. Between the 5 and the 20, we'll be tracking that all day long. William Byron knows.
Talking about balance, it seemed like it kind of stayed tight there until the very end.
He's racing Christopher.
Yeah, look.
Fast stage one, early days here in Martinsville.
You know, it's kind of a funny story. I was scrolling on eBay looking for Mike. No one was right. It had to be an alpha. I found one on eBay. It just needed to be a bit more bellissima. I gave a quick dinner. These are those. Then I drove down every winding road I could find. And eventually bumped into you.
Who's the best eBay?
That was a cars, millions of parts, all in one place. eBay, babies and people love.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
Come on, for the sleepover.
No, I ain't switching to correct here.
Guy, I'm from Texas.
Where there's never compromise. What? Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sportsman without Xfinity? You got multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place. I'm not going anywhere.
Have you tried pancakes and guac? You're about to. Yes, let's go. I got a little recipe, but I can't tell you, but I think you're going to be happy.
Sweeper here on the front stage.
It's a day. It's a new life for me.
So William Byron went to the stage. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Play with bias there. Think about bias for the ball.
Seen from Logano. I just feel like Logano is. Look, Logano, I heard in practice was not good, like early on, but in this race, they made adjustments. Logano looks like to be a really good long run car now. Now Byron does look really fast, but it's gonna be tough.
Glad I can help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Exciting careers are available now nationwide, ensuring the U.S. Navy has its next generation of submarines.
Make sure you watch the first entry section, please, when you do come.
Submarines.com. We build giants because it takes one to build one. And there is submarines.com.
Open this time. You'll come to the 54. Bring it to us. 4 tires and fuel. Going on the jack.
I'll tell you about today's event here at Martinsville Speedway, and it's so special for a couple of loyal Xfinity customers and Xfinity Rewards members.
Second gear, 9 red.
Grand Martin.
Second gear, 9 red. 9 red here.
Honorary starter.
10 red now.
Thanks for being Xfinity customers.
All green now. All green.
Kind of cool.
10 away.
Opportunity for both of them.
Now 5, 3,
So 2,
right. 1. We'll straight from the break.
The man who dominated this opening stage, he gets to go back to his team here. Regroup, they focus on the second stage coming up. Here's Kim Coon.
All the way out, all the way out, all the way out.
Early, that's more of my right rear than I wanted to, but otherwise, you'll be more grip with your tires.
8 red. Now 8 red.
Same kind of teammate Kyle Larson there who faded from
just manage. Smart. Manage. Me checking up here on the bottom.
4 tires.
Be ready to stop.
Bell said that car held up.
Oh, more coming here.
So just a small adjustment here to keep up with the track running. And we're going to
2 more.
William Byron did that
good.
lap of stage 1, gets the win. 4 tires top for this team. Byron said it was a little bit tight at the beginning of the run, but honestly, after that, all I did was manage using that pit stall number 1. The 2014 will easily hold serve here on pit road, Lee.
And that was close between Logano and Larson, that race off pit road. It is the final race in the round of 8. There is just one to go after this. That's why today at Martinsville is so important. Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe are already locked in and have a chance to win their first Cup Series title. For everybody else, they're trying to fill those final 2 slots. Who will it be?
Was 80 on tire, or sorry, 95 on tires. Left rear honestly looked like 27 laps earlier.
The Buffalo Bills are destroying Carolina. 33-3. We'll be talking about this in the Buffalo Bills game review video. So.
Obviously 95 right
Robbie to be track related as well.
Looks like the
Destroying
deck is falling a lot, like we saw. That running kind of stabilized after 60-ish or so. How many cars on lead lap? 16.
Inches apart, every lap, all on time. This is Echo Park Speedway, the hottest track in NASCAR. And this February, the Auto Trader 400 takes over Atlanta. 3 days of tailgates, camping, and full throttle fun. But Sunday is chaos, speed, and glory. Get tickets at EchoParkSpeedway.com.
We told him yet? Told me what? We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron ingots, cowrie shells. Is it serious? The one of those movie quick he states with. Sure, we can all agree.
Bottom up here in the one.
Oh, it's not working for you anymore. What do you want? You want a robot? You want a robot as a father? I'm not saying we have to change who we are.
So it looked like
it could be a lot.
the 22 and the 12
Really?
kind of hung on the best long run there. The 24 and a few other guys started to fall, so I'm sure you can actually hurt the tires on the front side. But
The Jewish folk is
we had pretty decent pace there long run, but 12, 22 were really good specifically.
Holocaust survivor is firebombed on the streets of Colorado. What do you say when 1 in 3 Jewish Americans were victims of hate last year? When there are no words, there's still a symbol to show you care. Share the blue square and stand up to Jewish hate.
Here's the 22 car, driven by 3-time Cup Series champ Joey Logano. He's done that since 2013. NASCAR's first Cup champion, Red Byron, drove it when he won the inaugural championship in 1949. Hall of Famer Fireball Roberts won it 30 times. Hall of Famer Bobby Allison won his 1983 Cup championship, driving the number 22. Dale Jarrett, there is...
Once you go choosing here, P6, your number's 3.
For you, when you see the 11 of Kenny Hamlin, do you think about your dad? Famously drove the number 11?
Yeah, really, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. To know all of those years that my dad drove that 11 car, and now to see Denny having the success with it. It's been driven a lot of changes throughout the years, but it's just incredible to see that 11 car and the memories that it brings back.
Number's 3. Here's your bottom 1.
Ready?
2.
While this race is going on.
3.
So much has changed as we get ready for the second stage. TJ, what do you put?
12 and 2 to the bottom. 20 and 16 top.
The progress of Blaney. Logano seems like he's on a bit of a mission. What do you take from that first stage?
Yeah, I think this is a wide open race is what I'm seeing. Obviously, what Byron did was very impressive. Talked about Blaney coming up and getting himself inside the top 10. Just incredible there. But all of the championship drivers, this round of 8 drivers are up there. Chase Briscoe's just outside of the top 10, but the others are right there with an opportunity.
Everything reset here.
The crew chief and a few adjustments by the drivers. The drivers have to try to keep up in track.
Go in the stage when you get it. 119.
Yeah, when I look at the leaderboard, we have Gibbs at 5th, a non-playoff driver. But how about just behind the playoff driver? Cindric, Preet,
And away.
SVG, and Gillen having a great run as well.
5 away.
SVG
Ready.
very impressive.
Ready. Green.
Noble, this man's too tall.
54 only.
They're giving him good cards, and it's fun to watch what he's doing now.
And don't forget about Austin Dillon. We know how good he is.
Side 12. You're clear. Clear.
Austin Dillon, he is so good at this type of racetrack.
Outside. 12 tight with you. Still outside 20. You're good in your mirror. Outside only.
plug back in.
Everybody's ready. Everybody knows.
One out the back.
Stage 2 of the Xfinity 500 is underway.
Go there with the 20.
This could be
One in your mirror.
stage for the 22 of Joey Logano. And whether
Right near bumper.
it's to defend his title and have an opportunity for a 4th. Lots of racing still here, but this stage could be so important. Here comes Chase Elliott on the higher line of his teammate. Kyle Larson, there's the 5 and the 9, side by side, right in front of Gibbs. Monster on board, let's go for a ride.
They hold 1 off, 20 to 11.
About 1.5.
Christopher Bell, Luke's Lodge in the background as well.
keep your eye on that 20 this afternoon, because this was the race where it all came undone a year ago that denied him an opportunity to go to Phoenix and race for a championship. Very last lap, past Bubba Wallace, and then went into the turn 3-4 wall, accelerated around, and NASCAR said, no way, you're not allowed to do that anymore. And he was denied championship 4.
They all see Chase Elliott on the top of the racetrack. Look at Gibbs trying to get underneath Larson. A little bit of contact. Thought he had that spot, was not needed. But they all see Elliott on the outside, and they want to take advantage of this. You see, we started this race out talking about drivers having to save tires. Without as much tire wear as what we anticipated, as a driver, I'm questioning myself. How hard can I run?
Green when you can. Green when you can.
I don't know what the result is going to be later in the run. But at some point, if you Chase Elliott, you can't be saving tire on the outside. You've got to get yourself to the bottom.
I think that's the key. There's a time and a place. I think the improved tire wear has a little to do with the weather and a lot to do with what the drivers have done, the mentality going in. So we'll see if someone decides to push the issue here. But I agree with you. The 9 car is going to have to work a little harder in that second lane.
They all know it, right? They all smart race car drivers. They all going to take advantage of a weakness that you're showing. They know you're going to have to work harder in that outside lane.
Bumper, clear, all clear.
And all of a sudden in this front group, we can now talk about Ryan Bruin.
Outside barely.
There's the 12 right.
Outside barely. Clear.
Incredibly patient, but
half to both.
Step by step, pass by pass, first stage. This forward, I'm trying to win this particular fall race for the third year.
9 outside.
I always love to see when the car comes from the back. We know that
12 tight with you, still outside at your door.
here. Now he's at the heavyweight fight in the front.
Still up there.
12
One in your mirror, still outside.
kind of levels out. So far, I love how this 12 car looks, really rolling the corner.
Still there.
He has an opportunity right here to back up, get behind the 12, get in front of the 2, continues to fight on the outside. That allows the 2.
Quarter with you out back, still outside.
Now, that opportunity to fall there behind.
Half out back, clear.
So right here, there's a spot.
Right near bumper.
I feel like
Get your orange for me. Orange on, good by 2.
I think he is losing spots, but to your point, Jeff, I don't see him fighting his way to the bottom. Kim.
And Blaney running in the 8th position, but maybe not as good as it looked. Take a listen to the radio from the 12 team.
Hit the frame. Hit the brake on the brake pedal.
12 green here, 1, 2 green.
So they told him all of the wheels were tight on that last stop. So Jeff, if it's not a loose wheel, what is causing that feeling that Blaney has behind the wheel?
Could be brakes, right? We have talked about brake shake every now and then here. Brakes are vibrating, the rotors, the brake pads aren't exactly lined up the way they need to be.
So far, so good though. Doesn't seem to be affecting Blaney too badly. William Byron continues to lead, just over half a second over Joey Logano.
3/4 to the 12.
A little bit of breathing room for William. Take you back.
115 green, 15 green.
From a few moments ago. Check this out.
Oh, wow.
By 2.
Everybody just trying to make a move. That is a late move underneath the 41 of Custer.
He's not going to love that.
Nor is the 23, because he got shoved out pretty wide.
And as they run right now, Custer's shuffled behind the 21 and the 23 and the 8. As we go on board with thanks to Napa, here's Chase Elliott.
By 1. He's on the curb all the way through.
Now we get to see a contrast of where that 9's going to work better. Saw him on the outside line continually. Now he's been able to get back in line and run lower.
Jeff, as a Martinsville winner, what was your preferred area on the track? Where did you find that you were able to get the best speed and tire life?
What I like about we've seen Blaney, you see right here,
Larson
Larson
trying to
jumping
pass
to the
on to
outside of Logano. It really depends. I mean, Steve and I talked about it in the Countdown to Greek show, like, depends on how the rubber's built up on the racetrack. You never really know. Historically, the bottom is better.
2.5.
Races where the middle has been really good. I still believe as this race evolves, we don't really have the answer yet about where you really want to be when it becomes winning time. But I like the ability of some of these cars to be able to do this. Enter high, turn low.
3 car up here with older stuff. He's in sand bottom.
Going around the 3 car, I just mentioned him. We know how good he is on this type of racetrack. What they did was they did not pit this time. They took the wave around. The last time they did it was lap 30. So he has a ton of laps with his tires, just trying to gamble, hoping for a quick caution right here.
3 and 4, the last lap, leaving low is where it's at.
Defenders in the field, watch what Joey Logano does. He's not really concerned with the 5 car, but he kind of rolls in here. And look how low he exits. I mean, he just exits so low, it doesn't give the 5 an opportunity to kind of turn underneath him. I do think it's interesting, Steve. From a driver's standpoint, part of this race is playing defense, right? And when you only have to protect the bottom, that makes defense a lot easier. But we've seen cars be able to jump on the outside of others. Now, how do I play defense? Which lane do I block on corner entry?
So far, nothing much has happened other than William Byron dominating.
Knew it.
Ross Chastain, no surprise at number 3. You know, a lot of that comes down to mistakes. Joey doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. And he also, I think, can shift his mind to imagine what it's like following him, right? He puts himself in the trailing car. And he just really puts his car in the right position. Like
Yeah, I thought this race was going to be at night.
He's a half a move up. Give it the curve to the 5. But now watch how low he
I can't remember it was at like 1 p.m. I was like, what?
Yeah.
His defense, he said yesterday.
Let me connect my earbuds.
25 green.
But the race is going to get better if it goes into the night, though.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened last year, was it was just mid, then once it turned night, it started doing good.
All right.
Let us go. Copy.
And it's all streaming on Peacock. Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks.
1 back 12.
Colorado. The highly capable Silverado 1500. The powerful Silverado HD.
Half, he's lower and lower all the way through.
And the uncompromising Silverado EV. With the off-road ready Trail Boss family. Dependability.
Mile 1.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
One day, a tiny little hand reached out and wrapped around your finger.
Yep, that's what he's doing both ends. 1.5.
Wrapped around theirs. Pulled towards a new adventure. Reached out and squeezed. Soon those little hands won't be so little anymore. Until then, let's skate together. Hand in hand. On a Disney cruise. For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. We use money as a tool to help all
30 green, 30 green.
loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we care about. At Thrivent, we help you plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who.
Starting the wider entry, Diamond Lake.
It's the final game, folks. This one,
I honestly thought this race was going to be like Bristol 2024 in a way, where like the track temperature, it's cold there, and the rubber is laid down. So I thought it was going to be like that in a way.
Just wait until the night. That's when this lady's telling me that's good.
Good corner.
What time did they win the Martinsville playoff race last year? I forgot what time they had.
I don't know. Last year, I don't know.
Oh,
Bubba got into Kyle Busch just a little bit.
Still 2.5.
This is one of Bubba Wallace's best tracks. He finished third here in the spring. He's got 2 Cup Series wins. I spoke to Carl tonight earlier today. He had an awesome car practice. One of the best all year. We didn't have the best qualifying performance, but we expect that speed to show up in the race. Well, that hasn't been the case right there. Lap down in 19th, unfortunately, just not showing that same pace they had yesterday in practice. And we talked about throughout the first portion of this race. In practice, it seemed like this might be an entire conservation race that hasn't quite showed up, and sometimes it affects the speed that you think you're having your race car, like we've seen out of Bubba Wallace since 23.
Quite make the round debate, but it's on target to finish in the top 10 in the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series points. Well, and it's hard to imagine, the lap down, which sounds so negative, but it's only 19. It was quite an impressive first stage. This is what it looks like, but thanks to HenryCars.com to be chasing down Joey Logano here in Martinsville. I can tell us more about Lawson.
A couple laps ago, we had those onboards looking at Kyle and Joey Logano, who's just ahead of him. You might have noticed the right hand not actually shifting. Take a listen to the 5 radio.
Is he fourth gear? Thank you. He was in fourth gear and he stopped using it. Another time you stopped using it.
So the green flag for the 2024 fall race was 2 p.m. So I think we're gonna be going into the night tonight too.
40 green, 40 green.
To make a fast lap, you can shift and get those RPMs and then launch off the corner. But if you want to save those rear tires and make the back go off, you don't want to put all that energy through that by shifting and still be able to take back time without.
Come on, man. He's been close enough long enough.
I tell you one thing he does hurt is that when you downshift, it puts RPMs to the engine, and that helps break the car. And so if you're going to slow the car down, now you have to use more brake if you're not downshifting. William Byron, he downshifts. He's probably having to use a little less brake than the other guys because the rear gear slows the car down more. Third and fourth. This is a 5-speed transmission. The way the ratios work out here, you'll see right here, he's going to go between third and fourth gear. So no fifth gear used.
About 3.
The other part to that, Jeff, is just if the car rolls the middle of the corner good enough, you might just say you can save it for it. Especially if you're not in traffic. In traffic, I think third gear is probably a pretty big advantage. Monty, what you got?
With Byron caught traffic last time, Lee, that's where Joey Logano really made up some ground. But it's interesting. We talked about it in Countdown to Green. This new left side tire was the talk of practice. It was the talk of the garage area this morning. But I got to tell you, after 93 green flag laps on the last run, the tires looked pretty good. So with that change strategy, that's what many people told William Byron before they went back green.
This bug, looking like we can burn it out here, so let's see. Those guys struggle so bad that they're going to want to pit. So they may work right here, so let's see. Ready? Let's do that. Yeah, copy.
So see, the tire wear was so much better that teams were thinking they were going to split stage 2, but now they're thinking they would run out. So as a crew chief, do you sort of unleash your driver and say, hey, drive as hard as you want now? We're not seeing the wear that we thought we would so far in this race.
I don't think you can drive as hard as you want. I still think they're improved players because the drivers are this good. I just think they have a knack to understand tire grip. And it's kind of like someone who's never run a mile before. They have no idea how to run the first lap around the track, right? Are you going to do 4 of these? So is this too hard, not hard enough? I don't know. Or if you train for a mile your whole life, you know exactly what pace you need to leave the blocks from. These drivers are the best of the best. They know what 95% is, 92%, 88%. I couldn't match my lap time from lap to lap, so I've got no idea. But you're on board Denny Hamlin. These guys are they don't drive with a sledgehammer, they drive with a scalpel, and I think some of this tire life is part of that. Plenty of attention on those vying for the championship four, and understandably so. Today it's an elimination race, and William Byron out in front has never won an elimination race. But how about everybody else? Well, the pack of everybody else is led by that 54 in the top box. The monster Toyota Camry is going to be racing. Ty runs in fifth. He started on the front row, and he's been in the front pack all day long. If you scoot back several positions, you'll pick up that Dayglow Menards Ford. The Team Penske, there he is there. Austin Cindric, he runs in ninth. Behind him, Ryan Preece is in 10th.
Blaney's is in 8th. He drove his way back. He drove his way all the way up from 31st.
Half back 12.
So there's some non-playoff drivers in pretty prominent positions here at Martinsville. Sullivan is doing a really nice job. Talk about patience at this racetrack. Denny Hamlin has been using it.
Oh yeah, I had predicted that William Byron was gonna be the 2025 champion. So
Now the 12 is starting to put a little bit of pressure on Denny. Now you gotta go, right?
Clear.
You cannot be patient enough to where the guy behind you, he can get by you.
you know what?
Most of these cars are just a little
What's that?
quicker than Bell.
Going to my thoughts in February, I think I was right about the Final Four. I might be right about the Final Four.
Listen to what they're talking about.
Because I had a feeling Hamlin was going to make it in, Watson was going to make it in, Byron, and maybe Bliscoe. I don't know why back in February, but I did, and here we are now.
Right there.
My final four was my final four was William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott.
Yeah, the thing is with Blaney and Elliott, they're not consistent enough.
He's being chased by a guy who's won 6 elimination races.
3 back 2, 66 second here, be second lane.
Further back, then Larson, then Elliott, and then we get into this zone here with Gibbs, Bell, Blaney, and
I didn't have Larson making it to the championship four because I was worried that summer slump and including in that summer slump and him pushing it too hard, kind of like what happened last year, was going to carry over into this one. And for Christopher Bell, I was worried about Talladega and specifically this one, this race.
Yeah, I have this flash flood warning, so I can't see 7 and 8 in the round of 8. Nice.
He's also just remaining patient around the curve. I think he understands just how long a 500-lap race is.
Who's 7 and 8 in the playoffs?
Blaney and Elliott.
Okay. I don't see
and
them.
they're both in must-win territory.
So it's Elliott and Blaney. Well, I'm going to put this in a sticky note. I'm going to stick it to my TV so I know.
With eliminations at 16, 12, 8, and 4. How to advance, win races, or survive.
There we go. Now I won't be getting confused. Not confused, it's not known.
Diamond behind you.
Now you're at speed.
Need some tape. Got tape. There we go.
Are you looking at 4x4s on cars.com again?
No.
Whenever you look at 4x4s, you turn to conversion of yourself and drives a 4x4.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Really?
Honestly, 4 and 8 inches of rain have fallen. I doubt that. My bat wall's not even flooded right now.
2 million cars for 2 million possibilities.
Just a 20.
Cars.com. Where to next? It's a new dawn.
It's a new day. It's a new life.
Still there.
For me. And I feel
Shore.
good.
Bumper. Clear.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the 4 parks of the Universal Orlando Resort.
58 to go.
We told him yet?
Tell me what?
We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron ingots, cowrie shells. Is it serious? Don't let this movie make you say so. Sure, we can roll every. Come on, let's be real. Your currency's not just old, it's not working for you anymore. What do you want? You want a robot? You want a robot? I'm not saying we have to change who we are. I'm just saying it could be a lot easier if we bank through like Cash App instead of. How do I pay for this?
Good lap.
58 laps to go, stage 2. Here in Martinsville, the Xfinity 500, the elimination race to decide the final four, the championship four for next weekend in Phoenix.
But yeah, Elliott and Blaney did have to win the way.
Yeah.
6 drivers going for 2 positions, and we ride with next
Bell, what the hell? Bell's not even in the top 10.
Yeah, Bell isn't as quite as fast. Like, that's what I was expecting. I don't think Bell is going to be quite as fast as the others. He's in 9th right now.
Logano might to sneak his way in.
He better not, man. He better not. I hope not.
5 back to the 10, who just put
Because
tires
if he
on
gets
top of
in,
the
then I
back 10 with tires.
guess all the other championship contenders are screwed.
1 back.
Never mind, he has to win
Inside,
it.
4 in the mirror, inside
Does he
tires,
snub
4
to?
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Yeah, Logano has to win.
Hill 2, you're clear.
Bell doesn't have to win. He should have been in like the top 5, and he probably could have made it in on points.
Yeah. Yeah, Larson's outpointing Christopher Bell right now.
Oh yeah, it's 2020 now.
Well, the difference was the last run was going to be 90 laps. This one's going to be nearly 120, 125. So, you know, if you struggle the last 15 laps of the last stage, you're going to struggle the last 35 laps of that stage. It's going to be a lot more time to lose. If not a lap.
Yeah, I just hope Byron gets the championship what Hamlin does. Those are the 2 most deserving championship sliders I could think of. Especially Hamlin. He's been the best this season, in my opinion.
Up front, late in the race, didn't work out.
1 feet, 60, offside, clear.
His team's starting to come together over the last 2 weeks. He loves this place too. Got his first Truck Series race win here. Proudly shows off that grandfather walk at home in the living room, and is thrilled that his teammates remain the same at Front Row Motorsports next year as well.
1.5.
John thinker's going to look like he's Superman right here because he's off from pit road with fresh tires. You got a whole mix in the field. I think the leaders of parties we was talking about earlier just
Still 1.5.
all the way through. Last down cars though get to the point where they're handling so poorly they need to change tires. I think that's what's happened to Alden. They were now 4 laps down to 35th.
Half back now.
Check this out with Christopher Bell and watch for the rubber flying. Spoke about this earlier in the show.
Oh, the tires are wearing out though.
Yeah,
on the door.
Yeah, they're rubbing out. Yeah, they're wearing out.
Clear.
This race, I mean, there is. I don't know if I should say this is solid or underwhelming. Oh, there's 3 wide. 3 wide. It will get better as time goes on, but
I mean,
I
dude,
think
it's
it's
only states 2, and they got like 500 laps. I mean,
yeah, that's true. It'll get better.
There's no point of hauling NAS right now into someone's foot.
1, right with him. I got the 16 who put tires on.
They are beating Bane though, which is a good.
That's good. Yeah.
I like Susan being Bane. That means that the actually can pass. And to get close to so.
Yeah, I'll get better.
So wait, how is Lawson gaining points on Logano being in second place?
I'll just say stage points. Oh. Oh,
No,
cautions.
but
Caution
you
mark.
get stage points at the end, though. Right?
Yeah, right.
Like, you don't get a point every lap. You get a point for, like, every car we pass, right? Or is
Yeah, every car you pass is an extra point.
Oh, yeah, it's probably passing laps left at that side. First of all, around. Wonder what happened then. I wonder if he's just forwarded it because why not, or he actually got turns for once.
I think he and Cindric got together, I think early in stage 1, and I don't, let's see.
12. Get your fans off here.
Slow as him.
12 will be going in stall 37. He's late in the corner.
Oh, goodness.
What's going on with the 77 and the 99?
Second gear, red. 10 red now.
Yeah, that's close.
All green. Now green.
Oh yeah, did you see Sam Mayo what Seb Burton on the last lap last night too?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I wanted to see them fight though. I think they should be like hockey where they let them fight it out. The first person that hits the ground loses.
All the way up. All the way up.
I think that'll probably be the best gimmick of all time.
Martin, be ready to stop. Be ready to stop.
Ronnie was asked, what do you need? He said, we have to have it turning better, especially entering the center. Body adjustment here.
Rudy Fugle wanted William Byron to go a little bit wider in his stall. You see him hit that tape right on the left front tire. He said it was a little bit tight in the center, a little bit heavier with the wheel. But he said, don't make a big
Byron wins the race off. Larson second. Logano third.
Good stuff, Marty. What a fascinating combo of tracks for the round of 8. Las Vegas Motor Speedway was a highly eventful day and one of Denny Hamlin's best wins. And then Talladega for Chase Briscoe's first ever.
Talladega was a good race.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to see it in person.
Not good. That was a late Talladega race for Netson Racing always. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that race was really good. I'd say, I'm not going to say above average, but it was definitely solid. Definitely a good race. Definitely.
I just wish it was easier and they were more spread out. That's it. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Go Bills. They're destroying the Panthers right now. I'm going to talk about that in my game review later.
We have it on in the bedroom. So I'm like,
that's where the lap time's at.
Last time I checked, it was 40-3.
Damn.
It was a needed win and a much needed performance. One that will definitely put a smile on my face, definitely.
1 and 2 is a little more forgiving with it, but 3 and 4, that's where those guys were just so much better.
Now, okay, the Carolina Panthers just scored a touchdown, but the game's already over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Buffalo already sent Mitch Trubisky's already out there. Josh is already done for the day, so Mitch Trubisky's just doing the substitute. All right. I can't wait to check out the highlights. I'm so excited to check out the highlights.
Dana's kettlebell workout has taken a strange turn. Rex can't help.
We halfway through this race. Yeah, can't really tell. Hold on. Not quite. We're like 30 laps away from halfway.
But yeah, I've been playing NASCAR 25 to a mode bit. I'm playing in slots. I'm playing at the end of the season, and I'm like,
I'm getting towards the end of ARCA.
Slot series is a way harder starting up than ARCA is.
Have you gotten a win yet?
Do not spend a bunch of money at the beginning. Just don't do it. Save the money.
Oh.
Save the money for level 4 parts.
Oh, Briscoe has a pit road issue.
What happens is with these aluminum wheels, it's easy to get the cuts over time. So
You got the 2 and the 60, 20, you got the 34 and 88.
Approved heavy duty. When I mean heavy duty, this thing is nothing you want to use for a bit box. It weighs a tremendous
37.
amount.
37 to go in the stage.
When you go back, you unplug the main gun, you plug in this super heavy duty, like changing tires on a semi truck on the side of the interstate, and you knock that wheel nut off. Why it matters is because with the brake temperature and the aluminum, you can over tighten the wheel. And that nut will not come off. So you just wonder, Jeff, if this is a sign of things to come or if this is just an isolated issue.
Ready.
Green. Bringing in Giganto. Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah, that would be enough reason I couldn't. That'd be one of the main reasons I couldn't change tires, because I don't think I would have picked that thing up and run around the car.
So outside 34.
All right, everybody's stacked up and ready to go. William Byron has never led this many laps at any track in his
Green flag.
career. He sees the green, back to racing.
You know, I'm not amazed that Henselt's dominating this race.
I ain't surprised.
It's a Hendrick Motorsports 1, 2, 3. And 2 Team Penske cars right behind.
1 to the 2.
Brian Blaney on the outside. His teammate Joey Logano down into turn 3, down into turn 1. Chase Elliott went to the bottom to block the 22. That's one. Them goes down. Blaney jumped to the outside. Look at the advance that allowed Blaney to make. Only 36 to go on the stage, so when we asked how hard these guys could run if they had unlimited tire life, you're starting to see it. And with that, the 24 William Byron sets the fastest lap of the race at lap 225.
About 1.5.
And Christopher Bell, who was flailing DJ towards the end of that last run, he's already back. He's re-energized. He's back in the mix. Yeah, it could have been a championship-saving opportunity for Christopher Bell and his team right there. They were outside the top 10, getting no stage point. Larson was running second. He was going to have to beat the 5.
I think it's just building anxiety the club and the nine is having right now.
Make the most of this run here with these fresh tires. It's probably an adjustment to his car. Yeah, look at all the drivers in front of the pack that have to win to advance themselves into the championship four next weekend.
Because I feel it every single time I'm winning the race at Martinsville on NASCAR 25.
And that's point to try to gain points. In this snapshot right here,
Also, these Nets in racing cars, I don't like them at Martinsville. They suck at Martinsville. I don't know why.
Scenario for these 3 drivers. And the guy
driving away.
Right, so every one of them is in position to make it happen.
The people online on 25 when it comes to the other lobbies, crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what makes this playoff
Caution.
so impressive this year. It's the heavyweight.
Caution's out.
What?
Cole Custer.
Yeah. No, tire down. That's odd.
He might have got dumped by someone, or he got dumped or spun out. Either one. Either I will, but I can.
What did he do? Oh. It was just a accordion effect.
Yeah, I can see.
Plates, I did the 21 out of the way, and watch Vlad. He almost, he almost hit the 41.
Sheesh. That was way too close to comfort.
Oh my God.
I can see
the wall with anything. He was serious off. Damn.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't even fit my finger through that. Probably my pinky, but that's really good.
Yeah.
That was interesting because Josh Berry, Alex Vogel.
But yeah, people are being dumped. I mean, yeah, this feels like I want school lights now.
21 back on these laps.
226. Byron hasn't only led he's led 226 out of 231 laps today. He's dominating so far.
Yeah. Dude, he's like me at the Phoenix race in Norca. I dominated that entire race and I rode every single lap.
In your career mode?
Yeah.
Like when I was at Phoenix, I was terrible. I was tight. My car was not good at all whatsoever. Like
Dude,
I couldn't
had
rotate.
that same
Car was tight.
problem when I first started. It's like when we first start out, the car sucks. I mean, it sucks ass. But as you upgrade it more and more, the better it handles.
Yeah. And plus, you pre-ordered the game. You got the gold edition, so you get an extra $10,000 and work points.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I don't really know. I was just wanting to have fun with the game, and plus, I combined how much it was if I got the season pass and the road edition, and then the gold edition. I'm like, I'm paying less for the gold edition, so I still the gold edition.
I could argue both sides of that one, but
I don't know why they didn't just splice at $80 if they wanted it to be $80, you know. Because that's what it seemed like.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. The rugged Colorado. The highly capable.
And NASCAR 25's in DLC next month, and then another DLC, and then I think we might get a 2026 update.
James Cook, 216 total yards on the ground. Let's see. 216 rushing yards? Are you kidding me? No way.
How many
We stomped the 216 rushing yards on 19 carries. I am so excited to talk about this game.
Damn. That's huge.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. We use money as a tool to help.
And Josh Allen had a really good game too. Completed 12 out of his 19 passes and a passing touchdown.
Yeah, he had a really good game today.
Yeah, that passing touchdown was to Khalil Shakir, and then 2 rushing touchdowns, which I believe those were just QB sneaks or quarterback sneaks or run up the middles. I don't know. I haven't checked out the highlights, but I know he did rush it in for 2 times. So much needed performance, and a great, phenomenal day on the ground. I'll talk about that in my video, like I said.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched some of the game though. Yeah, it was okay. It was nothing special, you know.
this is Elimination Day.
Choosing here, going bottom.
The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. The Xfinity 500 here at Martinsville Speedway. Lee Diffie, Dale Jarrett, Steve Latal, Jeff Burton with you. I want to take you back and show you a replay again.
260 with you, 34.
Oh, yeah, he decided the 21 out his way though, but he bumped the 21 to 41. The 21 hit the 41.
Mm-hmm.
I say the 41 his weight too, I believe. Or am I slipping out?
So therefore, they don't award him the free pass. I can see that perspective. I will tell you though, if you're a Josh Berry fan and you're frustrated, I can see the perspective that the 48 sent the 21 down in there. I mean, it was a short track. It's easy to assign blame. I could argue both sides of it. I guess it depends on who you're a fan of. If you're a fan of Cole Custer, you don't care about either of the 2 guys behind you. You're guys backwards.
Ready, you're good in your mirror.
I like Billy. I don't mind Bowman, and I don't mind the 41. but that was kind of the 48's fault, kind of, but also the 41 because he had his plates then.
On the inside in Kyle Larson. Here comes Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, who started this Xfinity 500 in 31st position, is now racing his way and fighting with Kyle Larson for second. He could possibly win this stage in an incredible come through the field. The two-time and defending winner of this full Martinsville race has got a shot at second.
Goodness.
Blaney's
Honestly,
not going to win the race. If he wins the stage, that's pointless.
Like, Blaney, man, if he actually wins this race, it's outstanding if he does.
If he does, I'm going to be like, this is like the playoffs need to go.
I mean, Blaney, he... Oh, no, that was Byron.
Because I think the championship for right now with Lawson, Byron, Hamlin, and Briscoe is the best drivers that in NASCAR right now. Well, Briscoe could be an exception because I feel like Redden or Abel is up there, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Cody Ware around.
Lost the tire.
Oh, that's a suspension.
We're racing and losing tires.
That's going to be a suspension for a crew guy.
Dude, the same crew guy's been suspended like 20 times already for doing that, so...
He's in the asphalt now, top of the concrete, trying to get rolling.
Let's see what happened here with Cody. And the Rexzilla Ford. There's nothing you can do as a driver, right? Wheels loose.
Yeah, you could see it.
Yeah. The entire underbody is destroyed now.
Well,
yes, let's take that scene as well as it's done with that underbody script.
Get the free pass this time. He was able to hold off the 48 at Bowman. Or we'll see if NASCAR has to say.
I hate how this car is way more sensitive in a sense just because it has a flat bottom.
He can gain a ton of track position over the next option.
Ain't no diffusion and it has so much swag.
Helping out your teammate or teammates, plural. Well, Josh Berry, the Wood Brothers Ford, of course, that association and that alliance with Team.
It's like the buy of it is like absolutely perfect the way how it doesn't do as damage, but the most part that's worried about is the underbody. It is right by the pavement. It did some mixing from blowing out tires, and I mean, we're pretty much done. Like, remember when I think it was Blaney? He had a tire down at Atlanta, and the wood end was sliding, the diffuser was sliding on the pavement by. He didn't even catch back up in the pack that entire night, and they just put in those rods. If I remember that correctly.
Oh, Blaney's staying. Oh, Byron's staying out. William Byron's staying out. Oh, Larson take it. Elliott. Gano, Hamlin's in. Ty Gibbs. Cindric.
Last minute decision to bring him down pit road. He said it just was a little bit tight on the short run. Keep that in mind.
Honestly, I don't think this race we have it. I think there's only once where we've seen old tires on new tires. This right here, this is going to be interesting. How old tires and new tires going to figure out that. I'm actually pretty excited for this restart.
Really see how the old tires going to be a difference by like 0.2 seconds.
Between Hamlin, Logano, and Gibbs, with Cindric with a
run the caution late in stage 2. Unfortunately, Cody Ware lost the wheel and had to lift his way back to the road.
Stay with the 22, they'll keep working around you.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in? It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
I only know what Kyle Lewis is.
And I'm feeling.
Work your way around the
Yeah, I'll never look that.
go with the 22. Several laps up there we're going to pass.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the 4 parks of Universal Orlando
41,
Resort.
exit 4 now is where we're going.
Told him yet? Told me what? We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron ingots, cowrie shells. Is it serious? The world is moving quickly these days. Sure, we can all agree. Come on, let's be real. Your currency's not just old, it's not working for you anymore. What do you want? You want a robot?
Be in front of the 40.
You want a robot? Yeah, I'm not saying you have to change who we are. I'm just saying it could be a lot easier if we bank through like Cash App instead of. How do I pay for this?
From the 12 forward, Allstate. We repeat 14, your number is 7. The 11 to go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
88, 45, 43, 41 have better tires than the rest of them up front.
Tight right
They
there.
left them on
Yeah,
233.
it's rough. I'm not sure if the gun just wasn't disengaged
We
or if
came
it
on
don't feel great about it.
245, being left them to go right here. Everything ready.
Nothing was said over the radio. The 12 would have only given up 5 or 6 spots to come back in, so I believe they feel pretty good about it. Plus, they know they only have to run about 10 laps to the end of the stage and then tight off.
Anyway.
Oh.
That is mid box and the 54.
5 away.
There. Not yet.
Ready. Green, rolling. That's the 22.
11 laps to go in stage 2.
Here we go.
Back to racing here at
Still there.
Christopher Bell doing some pushing right behind William Byron. The driver who has dominated
Still there, no hold.
243 laps. He's been out
Just the 41.
the 249 run. Incredible performance from the 24.
Still there, full. At your door.
Peacock's buffering on my end. Well, it's slow, so I'm gonna go ahead and exit out and put it back, turn it back on.
Still there. 2 by 2 in your mirror. No holes.
You did it. You built a successful business.
Of course, they show an ad.
But if
Byron, man.
remember what went into getting here. Through it all, our wealth management team is
Still
always
there. Momentum you.
because there's nothing as powerful
Clear.
as the power.
Back inside now. Inside. Go 2 by 2 out back.
Hey, Elliott, nowhere to go.
Clear. Inside. At your door. Still there. He's still there.
On board. Look at how tight it is between Lawson and Bell.
Go 2 by 2 out back. Still down there. Still there. He's there.
I think at this point in the race, Jeff, he's totally fine just following this battle.
Bumper. Clear.
Lots of those who did it during that last portion. All right, so now Lawson has the slight advantage over
About 2, 22 followed you through. 6 more here, 6.
final
2 back 22, single file.
of this stage coming up.
Herb Rat rear to 5-4. Herb Rat at
just simply means put the left side tires right on that curve. Do not give anybody to the bottom of the racetrack.
Your bottom. Got any there? There.
2.5.
Look at that bright green Grillo Pickles, number 34. The front row motorsports, Todd Gilliland, runs in 5th at the moment, behind some of the biggest names in the sport. Awesome performance from that young driver, 2nd week in a row. All the young drivers for that team are now coming back next year. Todd Gilliland, James Smith.
Todd Gilliland's in the top 5. He's been
The 9 putting Keith to the 20 of Bell. Only about another mile to go, less than a
1.5 now. Be one more to get.
A little bit of contact here. If you're Chase, you'd love to pass the 20. Help your teammate out with that point, but
About 2, one more.
on the way. So I think he would take it if he has a clean shot at it, but I think the 20 is going to get the job done. And yet again, William Byron was able to stretch the advantage.
and William Byron's going to sweep the stages.
Presented by Credit One.
Well, not
And he has got it.
Green checker here. Cool everything off.
2 stage wins for William Byron. 3rd time this year that he's swept the stages. Is today his day after really rugged weekends for the driver of the 24. The question's going to be answered over a lengthy stage 3 when we come back.
There's flying, and then there's making the most of it with Platter. There's nothing like arriving early and enjoying it. Nothing like having tea across the pond, a cocktail in Atlanta, and a tranquil place to work in.
Outside wall in the restart zone.
Nothing like best-in-class cuisine and service to match worldwide, with access to the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like Violet.
James' workout has taken a strange turn. This is wonderful news. Because she's sleeping well and dreaming thanks to her Inspire implant. Proven sleep apnea treatment when CPAP doesn't work. Learn more and view safety info at inspiresleep.com.
There are hundreds of banks out there. Most aren't powered by a top-level bank or offer a 4.2% APY on their high-yield savings account. But yours has it all, and it's officially open for business. Fish Fun, you're smart like that. Open Bank by Santander.
So it's 2, the 12 is the first car that finished. Let's 2:45. We'll see what the other shooter is still 45, 43. All pit on 2:33. I would expect them to stay, but we'll see. I think everybody else in front of that will pit.
2 stages down, 1 to go in this elimination race. The Xfinity 500 here in Martinsville.
I'm back.
Final 4.
Right.
Who will race for a
But yeah, if I go, I mean, I can't really do anything.
critical,
God,
it is a crucial stage to determine the outcome of
this
this
for
race.
today, though.
This man here doesn't need to win. His teammate ahead, who has dominated the day, does. The guy right behind him, Christopher Bell, is in a points race with Larson. There's so much going to unfold over the course of in excess of 230 odd laps for the 3rd and final stage.
So there you have it. Bell comes in a point above, Larson point below. After a couple stages, where do they think? Listen, they're 5 points apart. Or 5 positions on the racetrack. So we'll keep you updated as we go on where that goes. Here's your last pit lap. I'm waiting to see if the leaders all decide to pit. I think they have to do it. I think they would love to stay out because Blaney and the cars in the back are probably going to stay out. But here they all come in front of you, Kim.
And Chase reporting turning good on the car to see it settled in. So looking for that rhythm that Martinsville demands for and fuel for Chase Elliott, Parker.
And Kyle Larson was asked, what does he need in the car? He said, clean air, and I know I'm not going to have that now, just 4 tires for him, Nick.
Christopher Bell said, I've got to be
As of right now, starting at
actually, the option on that
the 20,
exit, so 45
points.
In 2 stage wins, he's led all but 5 laps. Rudy Fugle told him, you're going to be in traffic here. Cars will stay out. You're going to be about 7 to 10 Byron's. And I want just a little bit more turn for traffic, but quote, don't go crazy. Where does Byron cycle out with those who stayed out? We'll find out when it all sorts out on pit road, Lee.
He was able to stay ahead of his 2 Hendrick Motorsports teammates in Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. The 27-year-old from Charlotte, North Carolina, is today the day he locks himself.
And by the way, it'll be 10 years after when Jeff Gordon won at Martinsville to punch his ticket to Phoenix or Homestead. My fault.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
12, same as you on tires, 45 as of 7.
that's gonna be 10 years ago. Holy shit, that's wild. That Matt Tenster taking out Logano is about to be 10 years old. That's crazy to think about.
Keep your favorite moments alive. Amazon Photos offers unlimited full-resolution photo storage with your Prime membership. Unlimited photo storage with Prime. Alexa, show me photos of Miguel's birthday. Download the app now.
Saturday.
Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway. It's Elimination Sunday, and the field will be set for the championship four here today for next weekend at Phoenix. And the lineup is set for Powerball's $1 million drawing at NASCAR Championship Weekend. These 4 lottery players are headed to Phoenix Raceway, each with a shot at $1 million next Sunday. You've already met a couple of the finalists, including Francisco Rivas, who was the honorary starter for the Kansas Lottery 300, and Patricia Hockaday from the North Carolina Education Lottery, who got the ultimate behind-the-scenes tour at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, it all comes down to Phoenix, where one of them will take home $1 million. Catch it live right here on NBC during pre-race coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series Championship.
Remember that last year, seeing the winner's face? Oh, it's for real. It's a real $1 million. I see Todd Smith on there. I think he's from Maine, not from Maine. Todd and I are related. Go down the lineage and see if there's something. He's never heard of you. Get it up there, Stevie. 23 and me, right now. Get it up there. He's got friends he didn't know he had. Yeah. He wins out there and Phoenix like, Todd, buddy! All right, DJ, enough of the jokes. Let's get back to the business. And what do you see? Your crystal ball has been pretty good so far this weekend. What do you make of this third and final and most crucial stage?
Yeah, no jokes from here on in. Brian Blaney's done exactly as we kind of expected, that he would put himself in a position to at least do this. William Byron, if I didn't know better, I would think Jeff Gordon driving that car in the first 2 stages. That was just incredible. You watch the line that he takes, you can tell that he's learned a lot and talked to Jeff Gordon about how to get around here and be fast. So getting navigated his traffic, but this is going to be fascinating here. The battle between Larson, he's making it difficult for Christopher Bell today because he hasn't been outside the top 3 or 4 throughout this entire race.
The big question now.
All right, choose rule. Radic on the bottom. Blaney up top.
We think he is back to track. He can work his way out. He has a small tire change. Small tire change on the cars in front of him. And I'll tell you, I like the pick on the outside. Sorry.
22 to 24.
Why are we in this spot?
24 to the top.
And I think
54.25 with you.
But at the same time, in the back of your mind, like we've been dominating this race. How do we get on a strategy that's a little different than the guys that we're racing with? You got to kind of put that behind you. Right now, whatever happened, whatever reason you're in the spot, now you know the mission.
230 to go right here. 230 to go. Make it a good green.
230 laps. Get it done to go win this race. And to your point, Jeff, I think I would tell you, hey, there's 230 laps to go. We're going to have a green flag pit stop. I know 10 lap old tires doesn't seem bad, but if this one's 80 or 90 laps here, I don't want to be 10 laps older than everyone else when they get 50 or 60 laps off. Tyler Reddick in the Chumpa Casino Camry.
All right, green flag back out.
Is going to start this third stage alongside Ryan Blaney. Here we go.
5.
Reddick had 2 free passes.
Ready. Go.
Get this lead. Blaney started
You're good, out back by half.
These two guys leading this late in the race. Look at Blaney on the outside down into turn 3.
Still there, 22.
For Tyler Reddick, the mullet.
Clear right now. He'll probably get there on the entry.
Maybe the new do will work wonders for him here in Martinsville, but he has got a fight on his hands with the defending race winner. Look at that launch off turn 2 for Ryan Blaney. Ford versus Toyota.
Clear by 1.
Behind him, you can see Byron. He could not get by Gibbs, so he just rolled in behind him. Cinder cut him a little bit of slack there.
He's on the curb.
Just respectful racing. And finally, the 12 was able to clear the 45.
No gain.
Blaney is clearly out in front. Hamlin, then Logano. Byron has some company with his teammate on the bottom right. Chase Elliott, that's his own. To the left, William Byron is where he's going to be. They're door to door. You mentioned the 24 conceding the spot for the 54, and the 9 kind of took advantage of that momentum. Watch what Chase Elliott does right here. He enters right on the door. Like they use a racetrack in the middle. Now he turns down with good momentum corner exit. If you're Chase Elliott, who knows he has to win as well, you have to think that William Byron has led 260 laps. This was one of your chances to get in front of your teammate. Now he's going to turn left. No dive bomb. They'll get back in line. All right, so now after Byron, you kind of battle, settle in. You know you have a good car. More than enough time to pass these spots. Christopher Bell, whoa, cannonballs his way in to the 5. That was with authority from the driver of the 20. Now if you're Larson, if I'm with Davis, I'm like, all right, if that's where the 20 finishes, we're good. Just keep them on your front bumper.
Still 1 green.
There's going to be so much of that over these closing 223 laps. Who is where? Where do I need to stay? What do I need to do? Update me. Well, look at this. Something we haven't seen shadows off the race cars. I only say that because concrete surfaces are so temperature sensitive with higher. So it's been overcast all day. Oh,
Josh Berry.
This one once spun around. I was going to ask if maybe the sun coming out just change as far as drive.
Caution behind you. Caution, turn 2, caution.
Yeah, we're ahead of me by like a few seconds.
59 degrees. It's been a cool day here in Virginia.
Bubba Wallace got into Keselowski and got into Berry.
Rarely see it work.
Yeah, it's just a effect once again.
Yeah.
Here it is from Bubba Wallace's view. It's not what the Wood brothers wanted to see. A 21 car spun around up against the wall. They had a big celebration this week at Stewart. A lot of their former drivers, one of them being Dale Jarrett, was there. Well, this 23 who are on board with, and that's 6 of Brad Keselowski, are racing for the free pass. So this is the same situation over again. We will see how NASCAR looks at this situation. It would be either the 6 or the 23, whoever scored the highest. There will be no free pass on that. That was much easier call than the one before. That's kind of, you know, to have another welcome to Martinsville. Yeah, welcome to Martinsville. You know, speed is amazing when you go to Michigan, Daytona, Talladega, but I think the beauty of the NASCAR schedule is the variety. And I think that's what I love about this, is as a crew chief, I can watch the car work in the middle of the corner. I can imagine the suspension and how it's affecting the tires. And as a race fan, they come here because middle of the corner speeds are 60 or 65 miles an hour. So I think there's just this acceptable level of contact and aggression due to the lower speeds. And
Yeah, it's been packing this place for years. Been packed it again today. What a crowd. I would also add that it's late in the year. And everybody's a little tired, a little frustrated. The guys that aren't in the position they expected to be, right? And you tend to not make great decisions this time of year. You get really aggressive trying to make something happen.
We've told you a couple of times throughout this race so far that Ryan Blaney is the two-time and defending winner of this fall race here in Martinsville. Reflections back to 2023 and then last year.
Okay.
The infield experience on the hillside. This is your chance to witness history and make championship caliber memories for the whole family. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. The Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. With the off-road ready Trail Boss family, dependability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
When the magic of Disney meets the beauty of the Bahamas, two vivid destinations come to life. Come be immersed in Disney Castaway Key or Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point as part of your Disney Cruise Line vacation.
Have you told him yet? Told me what? We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron ingots, cowrie shells. Is it serious? Don't order this movie quickly. Sure, we can all agree. Come on, let's be real. Your currency's not just old, it's not working for you anymore.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. This driver of the Xfinity Toyota Camry, the 2311.
How you need them here. One to go choosing.
Wallace was involved in that three-car incident that brought out this most recent caution. Look at that. Isn't that an amazing car? Just amazing.
Campers and cars galore as far as you can see. This little half-mile paperclip been around here forever. The cars have changed, the strategies have changed, but I'm going to tell you that the racing here at Martinsville has kind of just continued from decade to decade. It's always been top notch.
All right, before we go back to racing, let's get some updates from Pit Road. That first, you're on first.
And the attitude of Christopher Bell has changed as they run right now. He is pushed out, so he's getting more aggressive. Having given away points earlier today to Larson.
45, 54, 9.
Kyle Larson right now, the team has updated at the end of each stage exactly what Christopher Bell is running. They told him throughout the sprint where he's at, and obviously they've been ahead of him, so it's working in their favor so far. We're ready to go back to racing here. It is Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin, the 6-time winner on the outside there in that orange 11. And King's Hawaiian Toyota.
All right. Here we go. We're going back to racing. Here we go.
Clear at the front.
Green flag back in the air.
Get this third stage back underway. Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, and Ty Gibbs and William Byron climbs off turn 2 pretty effectively. That drag race down the 3.
You and him. 3/4 to the bottom out back. Clear if you want it. About 1.5.
40% of corners for William Byron back there in the third row. As Blaney gets figured out between him and Hamlin.
You and him still good behind him.
Byron really needs to try to cycle in front of that 54, not behind him.
Look what the 54 does, though. He runs him up the racetrack just a little bit. Got to worry about that. That's just short track racing. That hurts the opportunity of the 24 to make that pass. See 54 up the racetrack some. Big lunge from Ryan Priest, too, Jeff. Yeah, he gets by Lawson. He does. See, that gets to 24 just a little bit higher than he wants to be. There's not as much grip. Up there, the 45 is slow. That's an opportunity to me, for Byron. He's got to get to that 45 car, get to the outside of him. He's right there. Oh, yeah, I think he's going to do it. The 45, the oldest tires in the field by 6 or 7 more laps than these guys. There you go. That's what William Byron needs to do, is roll to that quarter panel of the 45, not get the 45 to land on exit, Jeff. There's no saving tire right here. You got to push him forward. To get this spot. There he's alongside. Get a good launch on corner exit. Oh, I love what the 24 did there. A little bit high.
Oh, contact.
45 is loose. Contact with the 24 Byron. They both worked it out. The Reddick was hanging on to his car right there. Here comes Byron with a lot of forward momentum. There's he. Very effective. I know it's a long way to go, 209 laps to go, but as a crew chief, those are the moments you remember that put yourself in position. If the 24 can get back up there, this restart and that exchange, you have to be a big part of it. That was huge, and sometimes you can't control it, right? Catching the 45 on old tires and being able to get around him on the outside, that was a bit of a break. Now they're 3 wide during turn 3. Chase Elliott's going to do the same as what his teammate just did. Stay on that high line, goes right around the 45, goes around the 54 for the time. Chase Elliott, what a move. Lovely stuff. You saw it with William Byron, and you saw rinse and repeat with the 9. Here comes Christopher Bell on the inside. What's that 20? I guess Hartley said, hey, I got a spot right here. Gonna get on the brakes hard, roll behind this boy, not give anybody else the inside.
Look at that. Larson and Bell are tied.
Oh, well, they are.
That won that race. Certainly the tie in points between Larson and Bell. The tiebreakers, the best finish of the round.
Maintain it, too. He's gaining some on entries, you're gaining on exit.
Chase Briscoe's falling back.
Parker. And he might be blowing up, guys. Engine issue here for the 19 Chase Briscoe. Coming down the pit road. A good time for it after the big win a week ago. The one of the 2 playoff drivers that could afford to have an issue today was the 19 of Briscoe. You hate this just for the momentum of what it does, but I will say an engine, you know, you can talk about what could have been, should have been. As a race team, you really don't have anything to do with the engines. They wanted a good result to get into that mode, that championship winning mode. Here we go. Ryan Priest in the 6, Connor Lawson in the 5. Priest put a really slick move on Lawson several laps ago, right there in turn 1 and 2. Lawson's trying to repay it. Well, I mentioned that the 5 and the 20 being tied a minute ago in the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is the highest finished in the round. Currently, that is Kyle Larson's second place finish at Las Vegas is higher than where the 20 is finished. Now, the 20 could finish second here today. So there's a lot going on, and it's all going to be settled here in the next 202 laps. Larson's been in the top 3 or 4 all day long. Now he's back at 11.
Sure, green and orange are both on. Green and orange on.
And Jeff, you and I have both been a part of this. It's like, okay, 3rd is great.
Another way they could do the tiebreaker is average finish in the rounds.
One little mistake, now you're 13,
Yeah.
now you're 5 or 6 rows, and you just quickly lose the ability to kind of run your own race. You're back there squatting flies, trying to stay out of a mess. I tell you what, this 9-car Chase Elliott.
You maintain all the way through the last couple of him.
William Byron on the exit of turn 2. See if he tries it again. There he goes. To the top of the racetrack. Oh, watch him try to turn. Turns. Just doesn't have the momentum that time, but as the 20 gains on the 9, Chase Elliott will not be able to do that anymore. He cannot get the 20 to the bottom of the racetrack. Leader Blaney must win. 2nd place Hamlin already advanced. 3rd place Joey Logano must win. 4th place Byron must win. 5th Elliott must win. Every year, Jeff, when they get to these positions, what did Bell tell you when you talked to this league? I just assume somebody's going to win because they always find a way to do it. Yeah, he said it just happened. And the quality of drivers that could win this race was so great that he just assumed it was going to happen. Christopher Bell with a move on Elliott. Chase Elliott makes his second lane work really well. This is not going to be an easy pass.
Byron down to the rear bumper of Logano. He's diving in on the corner. You're seeing Byron on the attack, and so should Christopher Bell. Meanwhile, up out in front, by more than half a second, Ryan Blaney. First time of this season, 7 DNFs. It was a nightmare beginning to 2025. He's now in a position where he can race his way into the championship 4. No driver has had 7 DNFs in the first half of the season and then gone on to win the title since Darrell Waltrip back in 1982. Think about how great TW was here in Martinsville. That'd be something special for Blaney, but he's still got 196 laps to go before he gets that championship berth. It's tight between Logano, Byron, Elliott, and Bell. We'll watch that when we come back.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Like Gazoo Racing breaks it down. NASCAR is a bracket system with eliminations at 16, 12, 8, and 4. How to advance, win races, or survive the cut. Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory lane. And trust me, Toyota's ready for victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
Quickest car working 40 green, 40 green.
And I'm feeling good.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the 4 parks of Universal Orlando Resort.
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series. Struck out with the cheap seats. Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer most quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine. We are Farmers.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. We use money as a tool to help all the people we hold in our hearts. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we care about. At Thrivent, we help you plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning.
The Xfinity 500 continues here live on NBC. 25 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. And this is it, folks. This is the decider. This is the elimination race. 6 drivers going for 2 remaining positions in the championship 4 next weekend. This is a great battle right here at 24. Byron trying to get by Logano. Logano is unbelievably good about protecting his spot. William Byron is moving around the racetrack trying to get by him. Had a good run on him a few laps ago. Joey was able to defend it. Byron makes good lap time in the wrong spots. Good on entry, good to the middle, but look on exit. Just doesn't, like the 22 just drives kind of, not away, but definitely doesn't allow the 24 look. 24 closes into a half a car length. 24 towards the middle pretty good. Like right here, I would think it should accelerate to the rear bumper of the 22, but it just doesn't. Tells me Logano gets a really good drive off the corner. Some of the lap times on corner entry, right? And that is great when you're by yourself, but there is passing lap time. There is running by yourself lap time. Look at the gain the 24 makes on the 22 on corner entry. But right there, this time he's got a good run. There we go. He's going to show the inside. He's going to show Logano he wants his spot. Logano says, hey, you got it. I'll fight you later. He saw how good the 24's been on entry. He's like, this is the block. They're not going to outbreak me. We threw the question out there earlier. How good is the 24 going to be in traffic? Up against this faster traffic coming through after pitting off sequence from these guys that he's around now. Well, the answer is right there. Very effective. He's worked his way from 7th or 8th back to 3rd. Now Rudy Fugle will get on that radio to William Byron. Congratulate him on the pass. He knows it was hard earned. Take a breath.
Really good work there.
There you go. Really good work there. Clean air in front. Just take, don't overdrive. You were overdriving to pass the 22 because you had to. Now, Jeff, go back from passing lap time to regular lap time. Let your stuff cool. Do what this 24
Johnny, you look right away, rolling around the curb on entry and exit. Marks, Dale Jarrett said it. I was fortunate enough to win a race here with the guy. It looks a lot like Jeff Gordon behind the wheel because that is Jeff Gordon-esque. Make a pass and instantly get right back in his rhythm. So, unfortunately, there is no time to race up. We won all this weekend, and we'll race for a championship next weekend. That's Chase Briscoe. He's with Markham.
Right, ladies, out of his race car here after an engine issue. Chase, the indication that you were having an issue before it ultimately failed?
I have no idea what it is. That's someone else. Yeah, no indication. Driving around there, we didn't make our best. Felt really good about kind of where we were at. We were about to start playing cards there. I didn't think that or anything like that. Yeah, went to upstairs and yeah, something happened. So, yeah, not really sure, but unfortunate for sure. But go on next week. And that's all that is.
Like you said, better this week than next week. Get it out of the way. Ryan Blaney leads by just under 2 seconds. Coming Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Joey Logano. 12 now is brought back to the field.
And now you talked about the messaging from the crew chief to the driver of this 24 car. Now, if I'm driving this car, I want to know, what is our pace to the leader, William Byron? I can see myself catching the 11th. I can see that, but I need a little bit of information about Blaney. What is our speed? They kind of match each other. More times than not, Byron's just a little bit quicker. Where is the 12 a little better? What do I need to do different?
And I don't want you to burn this stuff up because practice is going to bring the 12 back to us. Look, Blaney's great. He has a fast lap of the race already. So that point is currently in the bucket of the 12th car. That Xfinity fastest lap. He did it back on lap 241 in the 19-second bracket. So 19.95 was equates to about 94, almost 95 miles an hour. The question is, will that be the last time that lap is awarded? Because I can see these late restarts maybe having some faster laps involved.
I think the other thing, too, Steve, is when you're racing this quality of car, you're not going to catch Denny Hamlin for second in one corner. It's going to take lap after lap after lap, and it's gated an eighth of a car length. An eighth of a car length. It's a little bit every lap. You push too hard, you actually lose ground. So you just have to be aggressive, but you also have to understand it's going to take some time to get back.
Look at this traffic that Ryan Blaney sees up ahead. So he not only caught Casey Mears and Cody Webb, but now he's got Ty Dillon, Riley Herbst.
Some guys have just started using fourth all the way through, not going to third, picks up lap time as tires wear.
Bell running 6, kind of right in the mix. We have 5 of Larson kind of running by himself out there. No real traffic around. We'll keep you updated on that.
That lap right there was a great example of how the 12 caught those guys in a bad spot. He couldn't really control it. They lost almost the second lap where he called them.
What's that like as the race leader, Jeff? When you jump like wide open, I'm controlling this, keeping an eye on Hamlin and those chasing, but I'm also managing my tires. I'm trying to weave my way through. How challenging is that?
You have to understand what your situation is, how many laps are left. Still 173 laps left, right? So there's a sense of urgency, but not desperation. I got to get by this guy. I want to get by him quicker than the 11th and the 24 can get by lap traffic.
Probably hurts for full issue.
Well, then off the pace, he's had to struggle. Looked like it was a break earlier. Yeah, on to the inside, backstretch.
He's already multiple laps down.
So it sounds like what Duddy Dunn for Riley Herbst and Fox Duddy Dunn for Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott is on. Here comes Bell.
This opportunity happened because of that contact in the middle of 1 and 2. I want to go back and see what happened there. The 9's under the 22. Logano gets into the corner. Contact right there. Contact again, but that actually slows Logano down, and then Bell takes advantage of it.
Back to the 24.
Let's just watch this.
Going higher with the low exit. He hits the 9 and knocks the 9 loose. And then he's got to check up, and he lost all his momentum. And Bell's back there saying, thank you, appreciate it. Remember, the 22 is on a little bit of
The apps are opportunistic. Window opens. Thank you very much. Well, Jeff, you were talking earlier about how Blaney, you was frustrated for Byron and wonder how he got behind Blaney. And this is that moment where I'd be reminding the 24, look, we lost this track position because we're on a little bit fresher tire. It's only, 10 green flag laps or so, but 46 laps in this run. When we hit the lap 60.
Oh yeah, William Byron's fast.
10 lap window is going to be a big difference.
He's gonna.
3 back 24.
William Byron runs third. There's Denny Hamlin immediately ahead. Guy who has dominated the day. He's still in the mix.
Still up there. Still there. One back 24.
Dana's kettlebell workout has taken a strange turn. Rex can't help but he can talk. This is wonderful news. She's sleeping deeply enough to dream thanks to her Inspire implant. And Bill's sleeping better too. If CPAP doesn't work for you, check out Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more and view safety info at inspiresleep.com.
She's coming up here, they're waving at you.
This may be of interest. A variation of the mango wurzel, Victorian England. A decline beauty once used for feeding livestock. Are you listening?
Should be someone coming to you there.
It's like kid staring at me over there. Have you told him yet?
Tell me what? We only accept certain forms of payment, like iron ingots, cowrie shells.
Under the right circumstances.
As when you get there, he's going to need you to push him. They're trying to push him into the garage right there.
You're watching images of Denny Hamlin's day over. And more worrying for the other Toyota drivers on track.
What the heck happened? Oh. Remember Chase Briscoe had that engine issue. I wonder if this is the same thing. Well.
Next week, he has a chance to win his first championship. These mechanical gremlins have got to be too high for this 11 team heading into their championship thing. And for Toyota, as you just pointed out,
Mechanical issues, man. We got a top 5 car. Maybe not a winning car, but top 5 car today. And I don't know what happened, man. These mechanical issues have got to stop, man. Joe Gibbs Racing, this is on you. The car chief, everything. Luckily, we're already in the Phoenix, so we're fine. But
well, you also got to remember that the 2 cars that ran here, you can run a sealed engine. There's a lot of things you can do with the strategy, knowing that this race really, while momentum is real, the 11 and the 19 didn't need this race to advance. Well, and that opens up an opportunity too for William Byron and gets the 11 out of the way. Speaking of that, let's have a look at the Toyota driver update, because who else is out there who is in contention? Well, none other than the 20 of Christopher Bell. Christopher runs in the 4th position at the moment. And I'll be honest, I think if you're Denny Hamlin, you just thought today was a chance to race win number 61. Now, we keep talking about a championship with Denny. Remember that emotion when he won 60? And 61 breaks that tie with Harvick, moves him up in the winning list. All right, here is Christopher Bell on box, being chased by.
what happened? Did Denny have another engine? Had an engine issue just like Briscoe?
He's not holding back. He's not racing for a championship. He's racing for a win. Trying to get the first win of this 2025 season for RFK, and he gets by Christopher Bell. He's so good at this type of racetrack. won so many modified races in the Northeast. A very, very good racer. I'm an old school racer. He built his own race cars, sets them up, bolts them together. Larson's got to start. I mean, I know he's currently 3 points to the good, but he has to. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, a crossover.
Crossover to the left side of the 22. Those older tires, as you pointed out, Jeff, really start to show for Logano. Yeah, he's not doing well at all, but Blaney out front, he has the same laps on his tires. He is not slowing at the pace that Logano is.
20 lap difference on their tires. Have a look at this between Ryan Blaney, John Hunter Nemechek, big box. Tap, second tap, third, fourth.
That is aggressive. You know what that is? That is muddy. I don't have time for this. I am to the point of the season where perhaps it's a little aggressive, but the 499 for, I don't know, the 10th time has been sent up into the asphalt today. Yep, Blaney, these playoff drivers are driving with a little bit of chip on the shoulder, the wrong thing. There's no patience, right? Like, I don't have time to be nice to all of you and accomplish what I need to do. If I'm ever going to use up a little goodwill, you're going to have to start doing it at this point in the year. Hey, this run right here is not working out well for Logano. He is losing spots. He's in 7th place. While there is a pit stop required, we've only run 63 laps, 151 to go. So you really would love to get that thing another 30 laps. I think you could probably peel them off in pit early, but I just cannot do it at this point. The other car that's starting to fall off a little bit is the 20 of Bell. So Bell is running in 5th place, and on older tires. The speed has come off of this race car a little bit. Larson behind him is running him down. Larson's got top 3 speed back in his car. He struggled early in this run.
All right, you ready to get entertained? Have a listen to this. Ryan Blaney may have gone from 31st to 1st, but things aren't happy in that cockpit with lap traffic. Have a listen.
Oh, here you go. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, I'm coming. I just have zero patience for these days, man.
Zero patience. See exactly what you said.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fiery driver, but I thought he's done a really good job kind of managing it. And this is the time of the year, the time of the race. He knows the 24 is a little better tires. He knows William Byron's led 260 laps, and he's the guy chasing him down, and his patience are fit. Zero patience is okay until that lack of patience ends up with a tire, a fender on the tire, that type of thing. So understanding your situation, a 1.4 second lead, knowing when to push it and when not is still important. 147 laps to go. Blaney's a fiery race car driver. He's aggressive. He'll tell you exactly what he's thinking. And look at the gap. Blaney and Byron have really gapped themselves to Elliott. It's a 4.5 seconds back to Elliott, while Byron is inching in on race leader Blaney.
To a very good point. It's happening at a 10th of a second at a time. But William Byron is shaving down that lead of Ryan Blaney's.
Ryan Preece is in the top 3. So far, I feel like this race has been all right. It's been solid. I feel like it's just like the one in the spring.
We're talking championship for this 2025 Cup season. Ryan Blaney, who is a Cup champion, can get another shot if he wins here today. Kyle Larson is playing a more conservative points game. Christopher Bell playing a points game, but he needs to improve. He's in that fight with Larson, and William Byron really needs to win. And he has led the most laps today. 10th time for these 4 drivers. Blaney, the shot, the 3-car. He said no patience. He showed it right there. William Byron has cut this lead to under a second. 0.7 of a second. The Valvoline onboard shows us Byron is on a charge. So that brings us to our credit ones to watch. Well, who do you like? You can't come to Martinsville without watching the guy that's won the last 2 fall races of Martinsville. Ryan Blaney qualified outside the top 30, methodically worked his way through the field with a little bit of pit selection and pit choice on strategy. He cycled away to the lead, and he is using that front bumper to keep it with now 135 to go. William Byron in this 24 car, he has cut his lead to under a second, has led 260 laps. Has to win this race to advance to the championship for the regular season champion. He has 2 wins here. The third one would send him to Phoenix to possibly win a championship. Can I go for a non-playoff driver just to mix it up a little bit? How about Ryan Preece? Look at the driver of the 60. He's won here in modifieds. He's yet to win a NASCAR Cup Series race. He turned 35 yesterday. Could be a big birthday present today. And he's fast. That last lap was 2/10 faster than the leader, 3/10 faster than Byron. Now he is 4.5 seconds back, so he has some work to do, but there's still 133 laps to go in this race and a green flag pit stop. And when that green flag pit stop comes, it could be a real determining factor. You have Joey Logano back there at 7th, kind of losing time. You wonder if he's not going to be aggressive. Paul Wolf proved he's not afraid to just pit. He did it at the Roval. And then when does Blaney, Byron, Elliott, Larson, when do they start to kind of counter one another? Math would say you come in about, about 25 more laps. You can split about right down the middle. But remember, when you pit here under green, you are absolutely, without a doubt, going a lap down. Big Burns, what you got?
Denny Hamlin will race for a championship next weekend. He's out of this race today. Denny, what did you feel behind the wheel?
I felt like the car was coming to us. I know what you're asking. I felt like we're in a good spot there. We just started to close back in on Blaney. Felt good about it. Got the track position we needed, and I don't know. Feel bad for King Swine. I'm not sure we finished the race so far with these guys, but hated for them. And I didn't feel anything. The engine was running and then not. No noises, no sounds, no indication, anything like that. It
just like with Chase Briscoe.
I sailed into turn 1, and the engine just shut off, and that was it. So. We'll work on it, I guess, and we'll go try to get them next week.
How concerned are you about the mechanical gremlins going into next week?
I mean, I'm obviously concerned, but there's obviously nothing I can do about it. So we're just gonna have to live with it, and hopefully, we get lucky next week. And I think we're just gonna have to see how it goes. But I'm confident on speed. We'll be good next week. Really confident in what this team's gonna bring next week, and we'll bring our best. Hopefully it lasts.
Thank you, Nick.
Not ideal, but quite a philosophical outlook. And here is the first of the front runners to pit. Here comes the 22 of Joey Logano.
Yeah, I kind of expected. He was the one that was kind of losing most time in a must-win. And this is the time where if you have any more tricks, any more plays, any more Hail Marys, it's time to start slinging them against the wall and see what happens. So Paul Wolf calls the 22 in.
The 9 of Elliott follows, Kim.
That's right, so I can get pretty good down low. I get off the turns well, just a little tight there, but it did get better. Dropped around 4 tires fuel, Marty.
Tim is starting to slip away from the defending champ, Joey Logano. He said it had wheel spin. Felt like it was hopping on the left rear, and I had, quote, nothing left at the end of that run, Dave.
I think Chris Rubel getting the adjustment that he needs. It'll be air pressure only just for a little bit on the 20 car. 4 tires here, partner.
Kyle Larson also on pit road here. He's going to do 4 tires as well. They're also going to try and get this rubber out of the left front hood flap. You see it propped up right there. The left side of the car just below the windshield. Once they drop the jack, 2 members will get there and get it. They did, Marty.
Dominant early, William Byron trying to get the lead back. We'll see what happens through this green flag pit cycle. So calm on the radio for William Byron. You see Ryan Blaney leaving pit road as well. He said from a balance standpoint,
I saw what happened to Eric Jones. Look like he just locked the tires up and got into Bubba Wallace there.
Still high in temperature. When the leaders did, that will put a lot of cars back in the lead lap, but they'll stay on the racetrack. So be a little bit patient on this scoring.
Wonder what this was going to
That's
do.
why NASCAR hasn't opened pit road yet, because as I've done this my whole life, and I'm up here out of the mess, and I have a pretty good perspective. And if I'm trying to figure it out, they want the crew chief to understand where you are in the running order before I open pit road. So I like running an extra lap or 2 to just get it all cleaned up. You see, they're holding the 2 car. So he's the 2 has so it as well. You can't save a lap by speeding. So basically, if the 2 eccentric was speeding in a scoring situation, they're gonna hold him a lap because basically the rule is you can't save a lap by speeding. They're gonna take it back. If that wasn't the rule when you came down pit road and the caution came out, you could leave pit road under 100 miles per hour, right? Correct. That's dangerous. So that's why that rule is in place. Oh, it's there'll be a test later. We'll make a multiple choice. We'll make it easy. Well, that was always get C. Passage of sophisticated webs to say this is a little bit of a mess. That's what we call this a Martinsville blended mess. Is what this is. This looks like Marty's hot dog all the way. Is what this is right here.
We just hit 3 hours of this live
I
stream.
imagine this time, as long as they feel they got the running order correct, they can break some of these teams. So
not giddy. My credit, 1-1 watch is still running, Jeff. How's yours doing, Jeff? I'm still there. Okay, what happened to yours?
Mine
Just fine.
is mine's the first car a lap down.
That's like the fisherman now.
So,
Christopher Bell was a big fan of Brian Priest too there for a little bit.
yeah. So we just got notified that pits are going to be open this time at 5.
So, there you have it. Chastain, Gill, and Barry will hit pit road. That will give the lead to Blaney and Byron. That was actually a great break for Blaney because Byron got stuck behind the spinning car. I do think Byron was going to cycle ahead of him. But now it's going to be Blaney and Byron that should take over the lead of this race. But what a break for Chastain, Todd Gillen, and Josh Berry. These crew chiefs continue to try to keep their cars in the mix. They've done a great job of it. They get to come down a very empty, very quiet pit road with only 3 cars on it.
And credit to Gilliland, who has been in it all day long. He spoke about positive momentum. Great finish last weekend. 34-team goes to work, Dave.
And he really welcomed in for adjustments because this car is the worst it's been all day. That's a quote of the driver. So loosen, tight in the corner, loose off. Marty.
Lost Chastain pits from the lead earlier in the race day. They were down the lap, but Chastain able to get a little bit of a break here when that caution came out. So the car was free for much of that run, just a little bit tight at the end. So a decent change to help the front end of the run for Ross Chastain.
Yeah, so they'll allow now the lap down cars to come to pit road, which some will. But those are the ones that are probably multiple laps down, like the 3 of Austin Dillon, who's turning down there now. And then we're going to have a whole bunch of cars that weave around to get themselves back on the lead lap when we come back with the first of it.
Here's the reason we're on the caution. Derek Jones, big walk up into Bubba Wallace. Big weekend next weekend. There's just one to go, and all series on display in Phoenix. And there's the rundown for you.
Practice on Friday. I can't wait. I love an extended practice.
So, pick the day, pick what you want to watch because it is quite the menu, and it's all going to wrap up 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC for the NASCAR Cup Series Championship.
All right, so here we see all the cars. They're going to wave around to the pace car. All these cars are either getting back in the lead lap or they're going to be 1 lap down or 2 laps down. You see the 2 of Cindric, he is stopped. And so the 2 owns the field the lap, and that's what Cindric is doing right here, which is unfortunate. That's a speeding penalty. 19 cars are going to take the wave around. So that's going to completely mix this field up. All right, so that's going to put Blaney and Byron
they basically have fresh tires. And then Chastain, Gilliland, and Barry are your other lead lap cars. Now look, behind Barry, you're going to have a mixed bag of everybody. The next scored car is going to be Ryan Preece with the free pass. He's going to
All right, Blaney and Byron on the front row. This is going to be fun. Like, the two drivers, in my opinion, who are fast when it comes to speed.
They don't get to pull up. They have to start behind the lap down cars because remember, they got the wave around. They were just gifted a lap, gifted the opportunity to drive past the pace car. You can't have everything. So this is going to be a very, very messy start with agendas, tires, and if the rest of the field have the patience that Ryan Blaney has displayed, we are going to see a lot of bumper tag because everybody now knows with 112 to go, this could be the run to the finish. So think about Larson and Bell. We've documented their point battle. They are dug deep in this field. I mean, they're showing they're on the 11th row. They're 11th row running 10 and 11, but they are in the middle of chaos. Chaos is what we might be about to see. However, it's pretty clean up front with Ryan Blaney.
Green flag back out.
Guys who have led the most laps today. Look at that start from Blaney. What a flyer. Back to green here in Martinsville. Racing for a berth in the championship 4. The top 2 on track, top 2 in the race. They want that opportunity to race for a championship next weekend. Bottom of your screen, your onboard bottom left of Kyle Larson. Bottom right, Christopher Bell looking ahead at Kyle Larson. Nose to tail on the racetrack. Lee Meyer with tons of pressure to the 12 of Blaney. Watch how fast this 24 rolls the middle of the quarter. Right there. Look at the contact. Just looking back at the 4th car in shot and Josh Berry in that 21 Wood Brothers Ford, for the things that have happened to him today, where he's been in the wrong place at the wrong time and he's been a victim of a couple of times, his fortune has drastically changed. I would agree the same for Custer back there at the 41, right? Yeah. Running 6. We've seen him around a couple times. William Byron has freedom to do whatever he wants. Nobody is on his rear bumper. You can see him trying to open up his entry a little bit. Stay out late. Not be as low as the 12. Trying to turn right there. Get a run on corner exit, but right now the 12 of Blaney can defend it. St. Penske versus Hendrick Motorsports. Let's go for a ride with thanks to Bob Lane. Meanwhile, back to this points race between the 5 and the 20 to try and get that position, that final position into the championship 4. It's power and credit at the moment. Advantage to the 5 of Kyle Larson. Yeah, these two are normally racing each other at the front of the field. Now they find themselves back here in a quagmire. Kind of, hey, don't forget about me. I still need to win, but there's races to go. Continue that conversation about Kyle Larson, Markham. Right, as we pointed out, with the caution coming out in the midst of that green flag cycle, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell were some of the losers in all that. Kyle and the team were trying to sort through exactly where they were supposed to be on the racetrack, as you were doing, Steve, as well. And they weren't exactly sure where they were supposed to be and who they were supposed to be on. They sorted through it.
Caution's out. Carson Hosvar again.
77 of Carson Hosvar got spun around again. Now this will clean up all the confusion of the running order right here. This is a little bit of a fresh rinse for everyone. Now the question will be, what does everybody do? Right? You get 10 laps on your tires. You give up track position. There's 16 cars to lead lap. I'm not sure everybody's going to do the same thing. I do not miss these decisions. Daniels right there. Jonathan Aston. Adam Stevens. Paul Wolf. They're dialed in. Let's see what happens. Daniels won. He's doing all day long.
Suarez. Oh.
There's some sort of an issue.
Wow.
Teammates inspire next year. Man, Christmas party's going to be great this year. Look at this. What else? I think go back and show show that again. It started earlier. 77 gets slow on the front straightaway. It ended up here, but something happened on the straight. Now watch this. Watch the 77. The bottom of the racetrack, look how much he slows. And now Suarez trying to dodge him. It makes contact. And then I think he thinks the 77 is having an issue, so he drives in there like most bar is going to get him the bottom. That might be an off-season Kumbaya inspired. Come on, you guys. Let's all sit down and make sure we go into 2026 as good teammates. It's been an eventful day today between those two cars.
100 to
Here we
go.
go.
Oh,
Action on pit road.
Christopher Bell.
Last second decision
He-
from Christopher Bell.
That could have been a commitment line violation if he was not careful.
Christopher Bell waited, and when they knew Lawrence was staying out, they had got on a split strategy of the 5. I love that idea. You have to do something to find the points.
With 100 laps to go, no changes chassis-wise here. He will get 4 fresh Goodyear tires, a little bit of fuel as well going into the 20 car. Not unhappy with the car, but a strategy move here, Mike.
Paul Wolf were coming the entire time. They only had 4 cars behind them that were still on the lead lap. Paul Wolf trying to do a little bit of a Hail Mary here. We'll see if these fresher good tires pay off for Logano. To the car just won't turn at the 1/3 mark in the corner.
Last minute decision for the 20 of Bell to come to pit road. He did get underneath the orange boss. Good thing Bell saw him coming. Here's the wreck right here. The wreck that didn't have the 5 stays out. And the 20 pits will split decision. I love the idea of the 20. Remember, here's the point decision. Bell, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? I'm convinced either way. So much calmer on board. Now I see how you drive your seat, Jeff. What a sight and what a treat for these fans. What a treat for us. The Xfinity 500.
We're going back to racing this time.
Closing 97 laps to determine who will go to Phoenix with a chance to race for a championship. Ryan Blaney, a 2-time winner in the fall.
And green flag back out.
Winner in the spring. They share that front row, and yet again, Blaney gets a brilliant restart. These two guys at the front know they need to win to get in to the championship 4. It's all on the line. If one of those two win, as you see it in the points, that makes it a points battle between Larson and Bell. Byron is letting Blaney know it. He is getting the shot into the rear bumper each of the last 2 quarters. And then there's a cluster of non-playoff drivers who they just want to simply win, like Ross Chastain, like Josh Berry, like Tom Gilliland, like Ryan Preece, like Cole Custer. They're all there in it with a shot. Teammates are fighting hard a little further back too with Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. They're scrambling with Cole Custer at the front. Byron Taslick.
Oh, Eric Jones was trouble.
Contact with the right front tire. It's pointing the wrong direction. Some sort of contact somewhere. He is limping up the front stretch into turn one. He's going to be in the middle of the corner when the leaders get there, or is he going to get all the way around? No, he does a nice job of hustling it around to get out of the way. I tell you, William Byron has stepped up the intensity, and I think he needs to. He was faster than the 12 of Blaney the last run, but remember, Blaney had a little bit older tire than the 24 had, and Blaney was doing a really good job. I think right now, Rudy Bugle, the crew chief of this car, and the driver both know they're going to have to find a little bit of speed. In the back bottom box, Logano and Bell. Yeah, that's from 14th and 15th with this. Way too far back from Logano in a must win, and currently too far back from Bell, who needs points over Larson to right tonight. This restart has not been good. Well, that 20 car has lost 4 spots since this restart. Several cars back from Logano. AJ Allmendinger and Zane Smith are just laying into each other. Corner after corner, contact after contact. How do you make this pass? If you're William Byron, you have 89 laps to get it done. I know it is you're trying to pay attention to what the 12 car does well and what it doesn't do well. But if you counter that of what your car does well, so the 12 all day long, Steve, has been right on that curve. Left side tires, on the curve, right from the bottom up. What are you gonna? How are you gonna make that pass?
Damn, Blaney is winning away with it.
How in the world is William Byron?
Yeah, Blaney's been really, really strong. I mean, not surprised, but Blaney's been dominating the stage so far. Byron, clearly the fastest 2 drivers are 1 and 2 right now.
How the fuck is that saying and so? What?
It's because of one of those cautions that came out. Ross Chastain was able to cycle up.
Oh, okay.
That caution where Eric Jones and Bubba Wallace got together. Oh.
We have traffic coming, and we have all kinds of mess. And in this race a year ago, Ryan Blaney moved Kyle Larson with 24
Yeah, I
to
saw
go.
that. I'm like, what?
He moves Elliott for the lead. So are we going to see that late in this race at the hands of William Byron? Maybe doing it to the 12 instead of the other
And
way
Blaney's
around.
pulling away.
Tell us more, Marty.
Kind of a debate between driver William Byron and crew chief Rudy Fugle. You heard part of that radio transmission. Rudy Fugle said, take it easy on the rear tires. We need them to live. William Byron said, I hear you, but I'm trying to push Blaney a little bit. And then Rudy said, I hear you, but listen, you're going to hit traffic at some point. We will get him at that point. I need these tires to live. There's 84 to go. Back off a little bit for me. See, if you like that leadership from you, Rudy Fugle, hey, reminding his driver, there's a long way to go in this race.
Well, I'd like to give it the
Oh.
ahead, but at some point,
Oh, Ty Gibbs.
For a reason,
Oh, no.
you see beating and banging on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
You can educate.
This race is actually getting interesting.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Like I say, wait till the last 100 laps or so, it's gonna get good.
It's not young William Byron anymore. This is a very mature, a very talented, a very respected race car driver, and only Rudy Fugle knows.
But yeah, a typical Monster race isn't a demo derby, it's just rivalries and some mutts,
Think about how long that relationship goes back.
Like the Xfinity race last night, that's the most typical Monster race I could think of.
I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
It's Wood's 8th year in succession at Hendrick Motorsports. It's his 286th start in Cup Series competition. There is no more young William Byron. It's the experienced William Byron. Well, like Rudy's 173 starts are all with William, right? So he knows They know each other very, very well. Now, on the other side of that, the guy he's chasing, the champion he's chasing, Ryan Blaney, right? 376 starts, 16 wins. The crew chief, Jonathan Hassler, was that crew chief. They got that championship. So there's also that same sort of connection of these teams. And I would say the same for all 8 of the playoff cars. These guys get here over not just talent, but communication and teamwork. You know, Blaney qualified for did not have any speed in qualifying, was decent in practice. Is this the reason, though? Look at the line he's running. Think about what he did in practice. This is what he did. He put the car on the curb, left side tires on the curb. We know there's a little bit of speed in using some racetrack, but if you can get your car to race like that, it is almost impossible to beat it, Joe.
Jeff, you think about what he's been able to do here as the best average finish of all.
If Blaney wins, then then Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, and Kyle Larson are cooked.
Yeah.
Specifically, the timing as a driver that you needed this racetrack. Richie Jonathan Hassler echoed that and said Blaney knows how to get the best out of the car when the track is the worst. Now, I did ask Hassler, you find yourself out front in stage 3, what does that mean? He said, we for sure have a target on our back. We have to manage that.
Yeah, if Blaney dips into Hamlin, Briscoe, and Lawson off front, because Penske's gonna win that Phoenix. It's always set in stone.
There's a couple of replays that involve Austin Cindric and Ty Gibbs. You're on board with Ty. Unsettled Cindric. About 4 laps later.
And like I said, I would much rather see Blaney in Phoenix over Logano. Much rather see Blaney over Phoenix.
Same.
Over Logano.
Talked a lot about Blaney.
But my personal opinion, I don't see neither in the championship. I want to see Briscoe, Hamlin, Byron, and Lawson, the best drivers in that championship 8. You know, I do want to see Bell in it though, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Perhaps is that destined for the 9 car? Does he have that left in this 9 car that was 73 laps? Plenty of time left. 72 to go. This time across the line, Ryan Blaney has now led for 149 laps.
But do you want me to tell you who I think I would round as the 2025 champion?
Who would that be then?
Denny Hamlin. I think he's best overall this one.
I should think that way, man. 6 wins on the year. Really, really good. Most out of anyone. Very speed. Like, I had Denny Hamlin winning Denny Hamlin is still my championship pick. I'm still going to stand by it because when it comes to overall execution, like overall completed team and driver, I feel like that goes to Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been saying for a while now. I'm like, I don't think it's Bell. I don't think it's Byron. I don't think it's Lawson. I think it might be Hamlin, you know?
Yeah, because all year thing.
And also, I consider his age too, which makes him even better at the age that he's doing it at.
Well, he's got next season, and then 2027 will be it.
Yeah, I hope he does the championship though, because I'm tired of the way he's been the serving one since like the mid 2010s
by now,
or the late 2010s. I mean, it's been coming for a while now.
Should have already had one, but stuff out of control.
He would have been the 2019 champion, though, if he didn't did that piece of tape on his wheel.
Yeah, if the pit crew didn't screw up, then he would have won the championship that year. And the thing is, though, Joe Gibbs Racing only has won only a few championships within a span of 25 years.
Yeah.
Like the last
Kyle
time
Busch has 2.
Tony Stewart has 2, and then Bobby Labonte once. Like those are all the drivers that won a championship, and only 3 drivers have won a championship at Joe Gibbs Racing. So
yeah,
in that time span. Truex hasn't been able to win a championship over there with them. Bell hasn't won the championship yet.
Oh yes, Truex never did win a championship at So Gibbs. Yeah, I'm shocked about that. Dude, I remember how good he was from like 2016 to like 2018. He was really good for no reason. And then he just fell off after that.
Well, in 2019, Truex had 7 wins.
Oh, wait, he did?
Yeah, Truex had 7 wins in 2019 and made it to the championship 4, finished runner-up.
Yeah, I just knew he fell off when the new car came out. I mean, didn't he only win like Dover and New Hampshire in this one?
Yeah, only 2023 were all the wins that Truex has won in this car.
Yeah.
And then Truex's playoffs in 2023 were a travesty.
It was.
And Kyle and I both know we have unfinished business, and neither of us is happy with just one championship. They're in good position to go after another one, Marty.
Parker, with 59 to go, it's going to be a tall task for the defending champion, Joey Logano, to make it happen from here. He did restart 13th on those brand new tires, fell back to 15th. Now he's driven up to 10th. A moment ago, Coleman Preston radioed him, said, "You are 10th or second on our strategy. Trying to hope those fresh tires pay off at the end of the run."
Hey, Christopher Bell's crew has been tinkering on this Toyota all afternoon long. It is still not as fast as they need it to be. His time is running out to make it to his 3rd championship 4. See what he can do with the end here.
And the other 2 playoff drivers, the 2 drivers who are locked in already to the championship 4, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, out with mechanical issues. Meanwhile, it is on at the front. Look at this. Ryan Blaney now has Ricky Stenhouse just for a quick breath of fresh air from the intensifying pressure from William Byron. William has turned it up a notch. If you're going to win at Martinsville, you have to be able to work lap traffic. It is an absolute must. That's when the handling of your car will be tested the most. Because, Jeff, you have to be a little bit mobile, right? You have to be able to set those passes up and clear them. You can't waste time. And that's what William Byron's going to try to do, is just basically play a game of leapfrog. Just try to stay behind the 12 and hope he catches him in the wrong spot.
And as he saw Ryan Blaney get to the back end of this field, remember, Rudy Escucci told him, that's the plan. Save me some tire. But when Blaney gets to other cars and starts lapping them, that's when we need to have good tires. So immediately William Byron tried to step up his game. The question I have, though, is he going to be able to have the speed to get by that 12? Because I just think the 12 looks really good right now.
He does, but it's a long 54 laps.
Oh, yeah.
If you're Ryan Blaney. Top off Rudy Fugle, crew chief with William Byron. Phenomenal relationship between these two. The understanding, almost the unspoken word, too, between crew chief and driver.
43 laps on this run. Remember earlier in the race, around lap 60, we started to see tires start to run off a little bit. They have driven away from second from third. Almost 3 seconds.
Think about today, and Steve, you're involved in this intimately. Think about the legacy of the 24. It's not William Byron's fault, it's actually his honor to drive that 24. But the legacy of that is enormous with Jeff Gordon, the Hall of Famer, the 9-time Martinsville winner. And he got his 93rd final win here. Think if
William Byron can do something Jeff Gordon-esque this afternoon. 20 years ago this weekend, I was able to win my first ever race as a crew chief with Jeff Gordon behind the wheel of his 24. We held off a hard-charging Tony Stewart to do it, and Jeff made this 24 magic here at Martinsville. You mentioned it, his final win here, and I think that's what's made this so. William Byron stepped into a car in a position that has to be a daunting task for anyone. And he found his own kind of signature to do it, and now here he is in a track that Jeff made so famous, and he has won in the spring, but never figured it out in the fall. But Jeff, he told you this week it was going to be different. He knew what was in front of him. He knew he had to win. So relaxed, right? I mean, for how young he is, just completely relaxed and understood the situation he was in. What I like about both the 12 and 24 is they just don't use up a lot of track. Like the 24 moves around, I think, trying to find a run. I don't think he has to. I think it's
We are doing live race reactions next week. It'll be a double because the Buffalo Bills play the Kansas City Chiefs next week, which I'm excited for that game. Really excited. Then plan on doing Xfinity Series Championship reactions as well. The Miami Hurricanes, they play the SMU Mustangs Saturday, but it will be much earlier in the day, so I'm able to do Xfinity reactions.
Okay.
Watch right here. The 12 tries to get on the gas. A little bit of movement out of the back of the car. But it's worse off of 4. That doesn't surprise me.
Blaney's right. Oh, Byron's right there. He's getting there.
But this is where the grid starts to lose on the racetrack, more so than off the turn 2. Jeff, there's a ton of traffic ahead of them. Put yourself in William Byron's shoes. In this cockpit of the 24, what are you going to do to the 12? The goal for me is I don't want contact, right? If I can pass him, I want to do it clean. Because if I get by him and there's traffic, if I hit him, he can turn around and do the exact same thing. But
Get to the bottom.
Is there an opportunity?
Get to the bottom. There you go. Oh, contact. Byron Blaney up the track. Byron made contact. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Nah, I ain't doing slide pass. I was on wet.
Yeah, there you go. He went to the bottom. Time to go, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, he held his long. Closed his game down long.
I do not blame him.
He had good run off of turn 4, right?
Yeah.
He had that forward momentum, and he saw it.
Just Blaney was just holding up, held up behind a lot of traffic, and it's not over though.
There's more laps, so I've had more opportunity for 24 to get fucked in every way possible.
Blaney to get to his rear bumper, and what does Blaney do? Well, you said it before the pass happened. I don't think Byron went in there with the goal of hitting the 12, but he went in there okay with hitting the 12. But that was what it took was contact. Then he was all right. I believe the Saints now opened up for the 12 car. I don't know if Blaney wants to hit it square in the rear bumper, but if he can dive to the inside and get next to his bumper cover or next to that left rear tire, that to me is exactly what the 24 just did. No, Blaney Byron does it, right? He is running right now.
Oh,
look at that. Yeah,
Blaney
says that Michael McDowell, can you please get out of my way? Oh, yeah, I'm coming. This is why this track is in the perfect spot in the playoffs. It allows drivers to find a level of aggression that's acceptable for good racing and putting on a great race.
There's a 4th and a 7th on the 24. That's going to be interesting.
Kyle Lawson is looking good as they run right now on points. The winner gets a spot.
Because you know damn well all the laptops inside to manipulate something.
And you hear drivers all the time, Jeff, say, I'm just going to go and do what I do. We're going to execute as a team. But William Byron has done everything he possibly can. He won the pole position. He has led 266 laps. He's been out in front, he's been back in traffic, and he's now back in front. It has been an almost perfect day by the driver of the 24. What he's done an incredible job of right now is getting by lap traffic quickly, not allowing that 12 car to get to him. As soon as he gets to him, he's able to turn underneath and get by him. The 12 of Blaney.
Yeah, Byron just is much better through lap traffic.
As well as he was earlier in the race. Even right there, you see, leave the bottom. The rear of that car, Steve, is not as good as it once was. This battle is far from over. You mentioned the traffic. Now the 3 and the 7 are going to look side by side. The 24 absolutely doesn't want to see that.
3 is racing. Austin Dillon in that 3 car. He is racing to stay in the lead lap. He is the last car on the lead lap.
Blaney's
Willie
there.
Byron has to go to the school of Brian Blaney, how he's dealt with the lap cars. It's been short and sweet. Yep.
Blaney has no point of sending it until like the last 10 to 15 laps.
And Austin knows, they all pay attention. They know the battle that's going on right here. Austin Dillon recognized it and did not put up a huge battle.
Justin Haley's the next one on the list in the 7. 34 laps to go here in Martinsville. I give Blaney credit. He is doing an amazing job of staying in touch with the 24, not letting a lap car get between them.
Oh shit, that love that close.
Very clearly, second is not enough for Ryan Blaney. He's one of those who must win to go to Phoenix with a chance to race for a championship.
Like the 24 is soaking up at the exit of the corner, but I just noticed that.
Somewhere in this accordion, he's got to get all the way to the bumper. What will Blaney choose to do?
Look at William Byron's eyes. Does he ever look in the mirror? Just completely focused in front of him. Look at this. Normally a driver will look in the mirror on the quarter exit. He's just completely focused on what's happening in front of him.
Probably figures there's nothing he can do, right? The guy behind him, if he gets to the bumper, he gets to it. If the spotter doesn't tell him, give him anything to look at.
A lot of respect being shown in this race for the win.
As it should be. Yeah, you've had 34 and a half weeks to be one of these 2 cars. Now Blaney, though, has lost touch by 1 car. Now Suarez in the middle. Blaney is going to have to try to stay on the offense, because if the 24, this is what happens in traffic. You kind of get separated. Blaney has shown us at this very racetrack just 1 year ago, he is not afraid to move people up the track and out of the way for the victory. That could very well happen here over these closing 29 laps. But he's got to get closer to William Byron. Listen, I'm not Joey Logano, something of the best I've heard of any driver in pre-race. When asked what he was willing to do, he said, I'm willing to do whatever I'm okay with being done to me. And I think that's the driver code, right? So right now, William Byron knows that there was contact. The question is, if Blaney can get back to him, how much contact is he willing to kind of stomach or initiate? And I believe enough has been where it doesn't have to be the cleanest path. If he can get into his left rear bumper, I think you're going to see some pushing and some shoving. But you remember earlier this year, Jim, Joey Logano also told us when we questioned him, which driver do you race against week in, week out that you fear the most? He said, unfortunately, my teammate, the driver of the 12.
Speed. That is what both of these young superstars have, is they have speed. And now, as they're starting to gain years of experience, they are able to look that up to experience. And that is what makes them both very, very dangerous. Look at this front stretch for William Byron. He can't wait. Only 2 cars on it with 26 now laps to go. So while there's still some traffic, they kind of got through one of the big chunks of it. Let's remember, if this race were to end right now, which is a long way from it, William Byron races way in. And look at Larson and Bell. There comes a point battle. Currently, Larson is ahead of Bell enough on 10 positions to get himself in.
71 laps on the green flag run, though. If we go 25 to the finish, it will tie the longest run today.
By the way, the NASCAR always has 25.
Everybody out there slipping and sliding. The hot, worn-out brakes, a caution could happen very easily, and really at any one of these drivers.
Larson wants none of that. Larson wants this thing to just get it, just like it is.
They're the same. And if it does finish like it is, the championship pool will be 2 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas, with Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe, and 2 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets. I said only 2 cars in front of William Byron. Now the 2 cars are side by side. If it finishes as it is, it locks Team Penske out of the championship 4, the organization that's won the last 3 years in succession.
And let's be 100% square about it. Everyone is terrified to put a Penske car into Phoenix with a chance to win the championship. They have proven what they can do.
Ryan Blaney and win in New Hampshire in dominant fashion made Penske and him specifically probably the favorite going to Phoenix. But I will say that William Byron is currently leading this race. Let's not forget, what he was able to accomplish. He's had some good runs this year, and I think people have to look at him. How can he run if he gets to Phoenix? Two-time Daytona 500 winner. He also won earlier this year in Iowa, in amongst the cornfields. There's now 20 laps left to determine who races for a championship. And at the moment, it's advantage William Byron. He's done a nice job of stretching this lead out now to about a second. That allows you maybe just be a little more patient with a lap car. Now you can run one corner behind him. I will say, after everything that went down here last year, it's refreshing to see people racing all over the racetrack. Byron and Blaney solving in between one another. Larson and Bell racing each other. Although I will say, Bell has found a little bit of pace here lately. He's still got 8 points to make up, but he is running 10. Oh, we got a car around.
Host of all again.
Caution. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yay, fun.
Some people love this, and some people hated it. William Byron did not want to see this. Larson did not want to see this. On the other hand, Blaney and Bell, it may be exactly what they needed. Now, good news is I think with the tire that we have here today, and as much grip these cars lost, the question to come to pit road is absolutely a must. Will anybody try 2 tires? I don't think it worked. It didn't work for the 71. I think it's 4 tires and 4 tires only. And when you said some people love this, we showed a pit crew member. If you don't love this moment, you're in the wrong job, because this is the kicker mentality. It's your time to shine. You're going to have this opportunity. This is what we're going to see next week, right? We see championships decided on pit road. Today, we can see who goes to the championship for decided on pit road. It's what happened to Carson Hocevar. Contact from behind.
Is that his own teammate?
Yeah.
It is his own teammate.
I feel like the.
Oh,
Man,
goodness.
I don't know what's Spires. We got a lot going on. Land of free spins. So this is game on. It is game on to the max. You mentioned the
This
pit
is
crew, Steve. The driver has to give the pit crew his best opportunity also. He has to hit his marks when he gets in the pit box. He cannot speed on pit road. You have to maximize your speed, but not go over that speed limit. If you miss your marks in your pit box by a few feet, it makes the crew chief's job extremely difficult.
All right, here we go. Pit stops.
Pit box 1. Big advantage at this moment right here. Look at Blaney, though, right on his bumper, closing the gap. Blaney's got to peel off first. He's down here in the middle of 3 and 4. Hard left for the 12. He's looking for his stall. Kim, Blaney on pit road.
A couple laps before that caution, he said he had no rear side, so he will welcome fresh tires. It was code blue, which apparently means 4 fresh Goodyear tires for Ryan Blaney, Parker.
10.4 second stop for Blaney.
Coming out, obviously 4 tires for him. They were in a good position, 8 points above the cut line, Dave.
Christopher Bell running 10th. 3 up by entry. It's all entry. 4 tires here, Marty.
William Byron told Rudy Fugle, nothing new with the handling. Let's leave it alone. Don't make any changes. The 24 pit crew has not lost a spot on pit road all day long. Can they deliver on this final stop?
And Byron wins it.
Hold serve here on pit road.
I will repeat, it is game on.
Blaney took 2 tires? That's not going to work.
This last round is the round of 8.
It might. Who knows?
It didn't work with McDowell. When McDowell took 2 tires. Huh.
What a setup. What a finish. And how will it unfold? William Byron has chosen the inside line. And he's got Ryan Blaney to his right.
Turn my face cam on for this one.
Oh God. 12 to go at Martinsville. And it's a championship 4 race. Nice.
The corner alongside the 24. He can put his left side door or the 24 right side door. Pitch him down, not let him get a good exit and beat him off the corner. And remember, new winner, it's going to be a points battle between the 5 and the 20 of Blaney, who are only 2 rows apart. This is it. Lights are on.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. 11 to go.
And they're racing to the end with 11 to go. Good restart, William Byron. A great restart by Blaney, though. But Byron's able to beat him to the corner.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that launch up turn 2. William Byron, Ryan Blaney. Ross Chastain is the next one.
Byron's driving away. Yep.
Contention to go to the championship 4. Larson also single file back there in 5th. They shouldn't catch lap traffic with only 10 laps. It should be clean racing. It's going to be solved between the front 2. Don't discount the 9. If something happens with 1st and 2nd or 3rd, Chase Elliott's sitting there rubbing his hands together saying, yep, give me an invitation to Phoenix. Good adjustment by this 24 car. I feel like that 12 car, for most of the day, it had a little more takeoff speed. But right now, Byron's able to drive away from him. Frustratingly for Ryan Blaney, he is not close enough to William Byron. The laps are ticking by, 8 to go. Same frustration for the 20 of Bell, 7 points behind. You see Larson bottom left, Bell bottom right, Bell back in 7th. He just can't seem to break free. Kyle Larson will race for a championship. If they stay as they are right now, he's 7 points to the good. 7 laps to go. William Byron has never led this many laps at any track he has ever raced at. What a performance on a day when he needed to deliver the most. The last 2 races have been crushing. He crashed out in spectacular fashion. Not his fault. It was an awkward incident in Las Vegas. Last week he got tagged with the finish line in sight. And saw dozens of drivers go flying by.
Blaney's driving it in there deep.
Today he started from the pole, and in one more lap, he will have led 300 laps today at Martinsville in an epic performance. Blaney is getting everything he can out of this race car. Both of them are. All right, so Ryan Blaney's been able to pull away a little bit from Ross Chastain. The gap from him to the race leader is just half a second. Blaney is a little bit closer, but the laps are running out. 3.5 laps remain. Is there anything that number 12 Ford for Team Penske can do? That last lap was definitely advantage Blaney. I don't know if it's enough, but he is faster. Will it work? The 24 we know has short run speed. He sat on the pole. He was able to do it. The 9 to set the 1 out of the way. Chase knows he has to be there. If the 12 can get to the 24, the 9 wants to be the next car in line. Great point. Got him on.
2 to go.
2 to go. There's 1 mile left before we're in championship mode. What a contrast from these 2 guys. One started on the pole, one started in 31st. And they're both racing for the win. They're both chasing a championship.
White flag, final run.
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. And what a performance from the 24 and the 12. They've been in a league of their own. But William Byron has won 2 Daytona 500s. He's going to put today right up there.
William Byron wins it. He's going to the championship 4.
Yep.
Penske's shut out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, William. Great freaking job. I'm so proud of all of you. There's a plan. So he did it. Thank you, guys. He did everything he needed to do. It's his 3rd win at Martinsville, but it's his most important one. And his teammate from
This is gonna be so Gibbs versus Hensley. It's gonna be fun.
Just like in 2021.
Yeah.
to become a two-time champion. What a group we have. And what a performance by this 27-year-old. Coming in with a must-win.
Been 10 years since Jeff Gordon's final win here.
Yeah, and Byron wins in that same number card. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm amazed they didn't do a throwback scene for this race to Dorton.
You can't do any more. Pole position, 304 laps led, and victory, and a championship berth. Rudy Fugle said if we had a plan. Yeah, it's not to it. You framed it so nicely. Just what this team has dealt with, right? Because they had big speed in Las Vegas, but they had that accident. They were so close last week in Talladega, getting wrecked in the last lap, giving up those points. It made it easy to let the coach get you down. Look at the smile. You start to see the excitement on the face of William Byron. Traded to a little extra then. Yeah. Front stretch is the victory lane. NASCAR says, hey, can you move your car a little bit so we can set the stage up? William was like, I can celebrate anywhere.
This track means so much to William Byron personally. His dad, Bill, and mom, Dana, brought him here for his very first Cup race at 8 years old. Tony Stewart won that day, but today, William Byron uses Martinsville to put himself in his first race championship four.
All right, back.
Thank you so much to him personally. It means so much to the Hendrick Motorsports family as well. William, could you pick a better spot for your first ever walk-off win?
No, damn, I got a lot to say. Things have a way of working out, and God really touched your resilience a lot of times, and we've been tested, and just unbelievable. I'm out of breath. Thank you, fans, for coming out. Fast crowd. I watched my first NASCAR race up there just before start-finish line, and man, I am just so thankful, excited to see my family, and just
Well, you got your wish. You got your championship forward.
Just go try to kick ass there.
You mentioned all that you have been through and this team has been through, and you and I have talked about it. These playoffs have been frustrating for you guys. Have you ever been through more emotional swings in 10 weeks to get to this point?
No, I mean, you just work so hard. All these guys work so hard, and you put everything into Sunday. Sometimes you don't get anything in return, and that's been lost.
That was pretty good Martinsville race.
Yeah.
Sometimes life is that way, but
I'm gonna give it a for Martinsville. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, guys. William Byron is in the championship four. Locks his way in. Stay tuned for my race review coming out later in a little bit. And yeah, William Byron's in the championship four, guys. I will be doing a live race reaction to the championship race next week to go along with the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs game. So that's going to be fun. And anyways, this is Preston and
Star Fox A6.
Peace out.